Yeah, very much so. That sun is, well, we can't ignore the sun too much because it's, let's face it, we're not going to come to many places in the winter and have the sun shining.
That's a good point.
And certainly would have taken out over a rainstorm here, but no, certainly an opportunity for Charlton to try and turn the tide, shall we say. It's been a really dismal December, a difficult start to the new year, you know, with fresh bodies arriving in the door already and hopefully a few on the way in the next few weeks, couple of weeks. Then, you know, you want to create a bit of positivity, even if it means nothing happens this season, that you can look ahead to next season, you know. But there is still a lot of time between now and the summer, and boy, Charlton would love to kick-start again with a win here today.
Well, it's Vale have got us underway, and the ball immediately down the Charlton left-hand side, but Hector coming across, clears it forward, headed up in the air by Sang. And Jared drops to the feet of Massey. Dobson wins the ball back for Charlton, guides it back to Jones, who in turn goes back to Maynard Brewer, sends it forward. Daniel Connor will make his first jump, but beaten to it comfortably by Deborah, and it's dropped at the feet of Chislett. And to the left-hand side now for Port Vale, although the ball's cut back in across the middle, and it'll be Devine who picks it up for the home side. Down the left again, Chislett with a little flick on for the run of Grant into that left-hand corner. Foot in from Dobson, has put it out of play. Throw in, quickly taken and back to Sang. And turn goes backwards, and it's all the way back at almost to the halfway line. Ball sent forward by Lowe, looking for Ikpeazu. Foot coming in there, but Port Vale still have it down the right-hand side. That's a good tackle coming in from Eden. He's won the ball back for Charlton. It's going on a little bit of a run down the left-hand side, but the ball forward. It's gone straight to Devine. He guides it back to Lowe and into the middle. Now with Captain Nathan Smith to his left-hand side now, although the pressure from Tyreeq Campbell is good and forces Port Vale back to Ripley on the edge of his area. He's got Lowe to his right-hand side, who chips it forward, looking for Ikpeazu again, who gets his head there, trying to guide it onto Massey. He touches it and then goes for the return. Massey down the right-hand side, ball across into the middle. Watson's got to deal with this, heads it away, but it's going to drop to Grant, left corner of the penalty area. Ball into the feet of Chislett. He tried to turn backwards, run straight into Tyreeq Campbell, who's out ball looking for Khan, who's not going to find him. It's away for a throw-in on halfway, and Port Vale largely in command in the opening 2 minutes here. Yeah,
it's been a good start from the host. They've made 3 changes, and one of those is Connor Grant, left wing back, formerly of Plymouth last season. Sang and has dropped into the middle of midfield. There's certainly a side that have a little bit of experience and have players they can work for, especially Ikpeazu up top. There's a physical presence for Jones to deal with throughout today.
And he's done it again now. Guided it back to Sang. Dobson puts it out of play. It'll be a Port Vale throw. Throw goes to Massey. It's been held up by Eden as he goes backwards to Sang. Trying to get the ball in. Dobson with a good interception. It's ricocheted nicely for Kanu, although he's up against 3 white shirts. So foot coming in there, diving foot coming in there from Devine, wins it back for Port Vale. It's back with Smith. To the left hand, to his left-hand side now. Tyreeq Campbell stopping the progress of Port Vale on that Port Vale left. So they've gone all the way back to Ripley again, the edge of the area. Once more, he's got Lowe available just in front of him. Guides it across to the right-hand side, and Deborah. Forced backwards by Blackett-Taylor. And the long ball looking for Massey over the top, but Maynard Brewer comes out, does really well. Bit of chest control there. The ball goes out of play for a Port Vale throw, and Maynard Brewer scampering back into the 6-yard box.
Well, he had to get to it, Tel, and then he had to get his arms out the way. Massey with a header that hits, as you said, the chest of Maynard Brewer. But when you commit like that, you have to make sure you get the ball. It was just a ball over the top. Devine spotted the Massey, who was clearly onside. We were in line with it in our position, seating position, and luckily for Charlton, Maynard Brewer was able to get something on it.
It's Deborah with the throw, and it looks like he might be attempting a long one here in towards the Charlton 6-yard box. Jones gets his header away, but straight back to Deborah, and now sends it long into the area. Watson with a good header away. Tyreeq Campbell can pick this up for Charlton on the right-hand side. Can he go on a run here? Campbell. And he is indeed stretching his legs, Campbell, and he's gone past Smith. Still Campbell, edge of the area, ball into the box. It's cleared away before it can find Kanu. Is there an offside flag there? No, it's gone away for a throw-in. In fact, just by the corner flag. Louis Watson going across to take it.
I think he crosses too early, too. I can see the run from Kanu actually on the replay. And I think he spotted him. He's unaware that Smith is not behind him. He probably could have carried it another 2 or 3 yards. It's a wonderful run. But Kanu makes a decent run in the middle, and I think Campbell spots that and thinks there's an opportunity for an early cross. And Kanu might have had an attempt on goal, but wonderful break from Tyreeq Campbell. It does give Charlton a bit of pace on that side. I think in recent weeks we've lacked a little bit of pace on that side. Alfie May was constantly trying to be a bit more narrow for Charlton and getting attacking areas in the penalty area, but Campbell will be on that right side.
Watson trying to break down that right-hand side again, trying to send Kanu on his way after the throw worked backwards. Kanu not being able to time his run properly. It'll be an offside. Quickly taken by Smith. It's now at the feet of Lowe on the right-hand side. Lowe brings it forward. Again, chips it over the top. This time there could be an offside flag here. Yeah. On this occasion, Wilson didn't time his run. Charlton will have an offside halfway inside the Charlton half. Quickly taken by Hector. Out to the right is Watson. It's Tene Watson. Been trying to send Tyreeq Campbell on his way, but he's put too much on that. He'll go comfortably through to Ripley inside the Port Vale penalty area.
Yeah, that was an ambitious ball. It was a good run from Tyreeq Campbell. That's an ambitious ball. I think after the start Port Vale have had, but they've put a bit of pressure on Charlton. I'd like to have seen us keep a little bit of possession there.
Well, it appears he wins the ball forward in the air and sends it out to Massey, who put too much on it, and he's out of play for a goal kick. It's good defending by Eden. Stopped him from getting any cross in, and miscontrol from Massey sends it away for a Charlton goal kick. But certainly it appears there's going to be a threat in the air, and bringing players in. Apparently it's quite a lot of the reason why Garrity and Chislett are the top scorers for Port Vale. Yeah,
well, Wilson will play close to Ikpeazu, and then you've got Chislett, who's a little bit more energetic. He'll drop into the central midfield as well, and actually he might come out wide as well. It's an interesting way they play Port Vale. It's not really like any sort of team we've played in the division where they have those 2 players off the leading striker and the wing backs high up as well. They score a lot of goals, 8 goals in their last 3 home games.
Anderson battling with Deborah, and it's Anderson who wins it. Sends Corey Blackett-Taylor down the left-hand side, just checks inside to Watson. Blackett-Taylor goes for the return, and he's gone beyond Deborah. Blackett-Taylor towards the penalty area, the left corner. Goes past him into the penalty area, edge of the 6-yard box, trying to drag it back. There's a foot in from Ripley. It's a Charlton corner.
But that's the matchup Charlton will want. They want Blackett-Taylor the opportunity to take on Deborah. Massey's an attacking wing back. He's not going to track back all the time. There's going to be space that opens up for Blackett-Taylor, and it's a wonderful ball from Louis Watson to find him again. A little 1-2, and he just pokes it forward. Blackett-Taylor does so well to get beyond Deborah, and then it's just, can I find a Charlton man? And in the end, he's looks to go across goal, and Ripley gets his foot there. Charlton will have the corner.
Dobson going across to take this on the Charlton left-hand side. Sends it into the 6-yard box. A flick on, nobody there to finish it though. Blackett-Taylor back to Watson, and then the shot coming in from Anderson over the top. He might have taken a deflection. That is away for a corner. Yeah.
It's a flick at the near post that causes Ripley to make the save. I couldn't quite see who
the Hector
made
Jones,
that contact, but it's a decent corner from George Dobson. Might have been the first time he's taken corners for Charlton. It's an in-swinging delivery towards the near post.
I lifted
Hector that got the touch.
Lifted my hand up at the wrong moment. I suddenly got him away.
Ripley with a save, comes back to Anderson, who struck the ball well, and it was blocked by Smith, who got his head to it. But another Charlton corner.
8 minutes gone. Goalless here at Vale Park, but Charlton have a corner on the right-hand side this time. Second corner in succession, and it's Dobson with it. Sends it towards the penalty area. On this occasion, Watson will jump. It goes beyond everybody. And out to Anderson on the left corner of the penalty area. He knocks it back into the danger area. Jones with a header, but it'll drop nicely for Ripley coming out of his 6-yard box. Yes. Trying to move it quickly, Ripley, and does. A long throw out to the left-hand side. Dobson trying to make it back as Chislett attacks down the Charlton right. It's a good foot in from Dobson, lovely tackle. And then Eden tidies up with the ball out to Tyreeq Campbell. A touch back to Eden. To his right is Watson, and inside is Hector. It's good defending from Charlton and from that breakaway throw. So there, it's back in possession with Dobson. Out to the right-hand side, and Tene Watson. Louis Watson is inside. Back to Hector. Central position in the Charlton half. Out to the left is Jones. Eden further left. Eden looking for Blackett Taylor, instead now looks for the run of Carno, and he might have beaten the offside trap here, Carno. Left corner of the penalty area, holds it up, trying to bring in other Charlton players, goes backwards to Anderson, but Anderson was surrounded and couldn't make the most of that, and it's a shame because Charlton looked like they'd sprung the offside trap more away. Now Port Vale trying to do likewise, ball through the middle, looking for Wilson. Hector back there, it's an important touch. Has to clear it away for a throw-in though.
Again, it's a high line from Charlton. It's the third I've seen where Charlton really pushing up high. Wilson trying to make the run from deep, puts that pressure on Hector. Miscommunication between him and Maynard Brewer. Again, not sure the goalkeeper perhaps needed to come for that, but Hector should have got the earlier call perhaps.
Carno
was able to deal with it in the end.
Sorry, Greg, Carno intercepts the ball forward, and then Anderson couldn't control it. Dobson bailed him out and then was fouled, according to the referee, by Devine. Looked a tad soft, but Charlton will take it. Free kick quickly taken by Dobson out to the right-hand side, and Tanae Watson. Inside is Louis Watson. Watson looking for runners, and Blackett Taylor Anderson rather provides it. Blackett Taylor to his outside, who's not really close enough, but Deborah's still got to deal with this. And clears it away off Anderson. Can Blackett Taylor now pick it up? He does on that left-hand side. Behind him is Eden. Eden back inside to Watson. Little touch to Dobson. Back out left is Anderson. Blackett Taylor on the overlap. Little touch inside Louis Watson. Little 1-2 in fact. But, it's picked off and cleared away by Port Vale, but only as far as Jones to Anderson, out to Watson. Louis Watson back to Jones. Inside to Dobson. He's got Hector in the centre circle. Tanae Watson to his right, to his left is Jones. Inside and in front is Louis Watson. Eden in support. Back inside to Dobson, trying to pick out Louis Watson again, but the foot coming in there from Sang. It's away for a Charlton throw. Yeah,
and after the early Port Vale press, you have to say last 5 minutes Charlton have been more dominant. It's a bit more fluid in the middle of midfield. Watson so far has put together a couple of nice passes. Anderson likewise, Dobson combining well. It's almost as if maybe the signings in the week has just given these three a little bit more motivation, trying to earn their spots going forward in the rest of the season.
Charlton have a throw with Massey putting the ball out. Eden with a 1-2 with Watson. Now the ball up to Carnu, holds it up well, but the ball back goes straight to Piazzu. Over halfway, sending it beyond Jones. Hector's going to have to come back and tidy up here, and Hector does really well to do that. Guides it back to Maynard Brewer. Just for a second there, Piazzu looked like he was away. Deborah with the header from the Maynard Brewer clearance. It drops to Massey. Massey ball forward to Piazzu once more. Little ball inside. Hector's read that. He tried to pick out Carnu, but it's intercepted by Devine. It goes left to Smith. Further on that left-hand side is Lowe. Down the line. Possible offside there, but Chislett gets there. Watson hard on the tackle, according to the referee. Just put a foot in, made connection with Chislett, who stayed down. And getting a talking to, and it will be a free kick to Port Vale. On their left-hand side, just beyond halfway inside the Charlton half, almost by the touchline. Quite a distance away from the other side of the pitch. Port Vale have on record of having one of the widest pitches in the league, 77 yards apparently. It's a good 4 yards wider than the Valley.
Which I think probably suits Charlton, to be honest. There's some grounds where it's more narrow, it's a bit tight to play your football. Gives the likes of Anderson, Blackett, Taylor, Campbell, Watson space to drive with the ball.
Everybody lined up on the edge of the penalty area as the ball is sent in, and across everybody. Retrieved by Massey on this Port Vale right-hand side. It was a good foot in from Eden to deal with that. It's away for a Port Vale throw. Right in front of us here, and inside the Charlton half. Devine with the throw. And towards Massey. Little touch out right, looking for Sang. And there's a shirt pull, according to the assistant down here. Must have been Eden on Massey. And Port Vale have another free kick.
Yeah, it does pull him. No complaints from Toe. Eden is right in front of the assistant referee. He was moaning at Blackett Taylor. He felt like Blackett Taylor didn't need to go further upfield and could have covered that space quicker. So now that throw to come into the path of Massey.
Well, this free kick's in a lot more dangerous position than the previous one. It's just to the right of the penalty area, about a yard in from the edge, or from the corner rather, on the right-hand side, and it's Sang with it. With everybody back inside the penalty area and lined up about a yard outside the 6-yard box. Sang. Piazza's bound to be a target for this. Sends it into the edge of the 6-yard, drills it across. A good head away from Dobson. Tyreeq Campbell heads it further away. Will be collected by Devine. Gets to the ball, the edge of the box, and Wilson touches it past Louis Watson, gets the shot away, takes a deflection. It's back to Ikpeazu's shot's blocked, but back to Sang. Out to Wilson once more. Wilson, ball into the shot into the box, claimed by Maynard Brewer to his right.
Well, Charlton had a lot of bodies inside the penalty area and maybe a little bit slow to get out. Wilson would always want on that left foot. Dobson did apply the pressure. It's a powerful effort from Wilson, but comfortable for Maynard Brewer in the end. But sign of how they like to attack set pieces. They're not afraid, Port Vale, to send bodies forward. They've got plenty of targets from an aerial point of view, which is certainly Charlton's weakness when you look at this squad.
And Jones will bring it out from the edge of the penalty area. He's got Louis Watson to his left. Jones once more. Deep inside the Charlton half. Looking for options. Still Louis Watson, the only man available, and they're trying to send Blackett Taylor and Carno all the way down the middle. Reaches neither. Port Vale can clear it away. Wilson with the chest control into Chislett. Out to the left-hand side now. And Lowe cuts inside and across to Sang. Louis Watson can't get there, and Massey picks it up for Port Vale, takes a shot. Good block from Jones. And it's run kindly for Tyreeq Campbell. Little 1-2 with Watson. Tyreeq Campbell on his way. Trying to send Blackett Taylor down the left-hand side and in behind Deborah, but that was read by Ripley and clears it away, but only as far as Dobson. To his right is Tane Watson. Nothing outside of him. So he comes back inside to Dobson. In turn comes inside to Hector and Charlton recycle. On the left, Teo Eden. Inside is Louis Watson. Does really well to get past Devine. Out to the right is Tane Watson, with Anderson making a run in ahead of him. Anderson, little back heel looking for Watson once more, but that's read by Lowe and cleared away. Up to Wilson. Dobson putting him under pressure, forcing him backwards, and this could interest Carno, but Ripley just gets there first and clears it long. Looking for Ikpeazu. Hector's there first. Lofted ball into Dobson's path. Dobson with Chislett hunting him down, and Chislett actually gets the tackle in and comes away with the ball, but Charlton win it back again. Anderson ahead of him, Carno trying to touch it inside, but he's lost control again. And Wilson will bring it forward after the ball from Chislett goes past Hector. Wilson still in possession, and then the ball looking for Chislett's cut out by Jones. And maybe he should have been more selfish there, Wilson. Had he been, he may have been inside the penalty area, but Charlton have the possession back now with Watson inside to Anderson. Dobson then comes across to Jones. It's an open game here, and Jones trying to send Blackett Taylor on his way down the left-hand side. He could get there as well. No, just skips away from him off the turf and away for a goal kick. 17 minutes gone, still 0-0 here.
I'll tell you what, Charlton was so lucky that Wilson didn't do better, because he beats Hector far too easy. I don't think Hector needs to commit there. He's got two central midfielders running back, potentially giving a bit of support to the potential counter-attack, and Hector dives in, and that allows a massive gap to Wilson's left. It doesn't choose to use. I think it might have been Chislett on that side. In the end, he chooses the wrong option, and Charlton get lucky. But at one stage, it looked like Lloyd Jones is going to be on his own at the back to try and deal with the potential counter-attack.
Goal kick comes away. Jones will challenge with it. Piazza gets something on it, steers it right. Ball down the line, looking for Massey. It's cut out by Eden. Tries inside, looking for Watson, but Massey retreating, gets to the ball, but puts it out of play for a Charlton throw. Good challenge coming in there from Anderson to win it back. Eden with the throw, just beyond halfway inside the Charlton half. On the left-hand side, thrown into Anderson, coming short for it. Gets it across to Hector, in turn finds Watson on the right-hand side. Stops and comes back inside to Hector. Jones away to the left. Eden in a bit of space on this left-hand side on halfway. Forward to Blackett Taylor. Looking for options, Blackett Taylor. Inside is Watson. There's a risky or loose ball back to Eden, but Eden's got it under control. Forced backwards though to Jones, who in turn finds Maynard Brewer on his penalty spot. And to the right is Hector. He's got Watson coming short for him on the right-hand side. Inside is Tyreeq Campbell. Charlton facing the wrong way though in this move. Forced backwards by Port Vale's press. It's back with Maynard Brewer once more. Jones, again Eden in space on the left. And they're now being closed down by Sang. Jones, Eden rather, goes long. Carnu tried to turn away from Deborah, but there wasn't enough pace on that ball. Port Vale have it back. Devine out to Sang. Back inside to Devine. Goes across into the middle to Smith. It's a risky ball. Tyreeq Campbell was there, but he's got away with it. Little touch forward to Chislett. Out to the left-hand side and Rowe. Low. Goes past Watson. Ball into the box. It appears diving for it, gets something on it, but couldn't guide it goalwards. And it's away for a corner, goal kick.
Yeah, it was Grant with the cross. Connor Grant on that left-hand side. He's got a wonderful left foot and inviting the cross for Piezu to attack, but Jones stayed with him all the way. It was good defending in the end. It was just to put him off and not allow that free header.
Anderson trying to send Tyreeq Campbell on his way down the right-hand side. Smith just gets there first. Grant can't stop it from going out of play. It'll be a Charlton throw just inside the Port Vale half. 20 minutes gone. Still goalless here. Throwing goes to Dobson. Guided back to Hector. He's got Jones available in the centre. And Eden on the left-hand side. Watson coming short and then Blackett-Taylor going long. It's read by Deborah, but his header goes out of play. It'll be a Charlton throw. Now halfway inside the Port Vale half. On the left-hand side. Throw goes back to Eden. Watson ahead. Inside is Anderson in space to turn. Croy Anderson across to the right. Tanae Watson. Further right. Tyreeq Campbell. A little bit isolated now, but might try to take on Grant. On the outside. Does so. Ball into the box. Cleared away by Smith, but it could go back to Campbell. No. Chislett reads that. Goes down the line with the ball, but it's cut out by Hector. Inside Watson is Dobson. Trying to send Carno on his way, but pass didn't find him. And now the ball out is picked up by Chislett. Again, it's dumped to the floor. And again, it's a free kick. And I think Tanae Watson's walking a bit of a tight line here.
Yeah, and that's the threat of Chislett. He's got the ability to bring the ball forward for Port Vale in decent positions. He's a lively player. He won't hide. He's got a lot of energy, and he's going to be a busy character for Tanae Watson to deal with. And that's, as you say, Tel, 2 fouls within the 5 minutes by the Charlton right back, and it's a talking to.
Yeah, he's spoken to Watson and brought Dobson over, the captain, to have a word. I'm not entirely sure that's necessary, but he's had a word with both. No yellow card. Free kick taken quickly. Carno almost getting the ball off Devine, but made contact with the Port Vale man's foot, and so it's a free kick quickly taken. Ball sent forward, looking for Ikpeazu. It's a good header away by Jones, but picked up by Sang. Inside to Ikpeazu once more, but he couldn't control it, and Charlton have it back. Watson out to Anderson. Anderson, good footwork to go past Chislett. Anderson up to halfway. Out to the right-hand side is Watson. And Watson back inside to Anderson. Dobson in support. Anderson ahead of him again. Can turn. Watson made a run, but it's inside to Campbell. The ball up to Watson, who stayed forward. Back out right to Anderson. Charlton forced back. Dobson inside to Hector. Across to Eden. Nothing down the line, so he's got to come back inside to Jones. Blackett-Taylor just come inside momentarily. I will hand you over to Greg Stubley very shortly, as Hector has possession on halfway. Out to the right-hand side is Anderson. Looking for options, Anderson. None immediately available, so he comes back again to retain possession to Hector. Jones just inside. Starts to move forward, Jones. A little touch to Carnu. As ghost touch to Eden. Eden in towards the edge of the penalty area. Teo Eden thinks about a shot. Tried to drag it back on his left foot, but it's pinched off him. And Port Vale can move forward. Although the ball back from Chislett is sent to Deborah scampering. And he gets it away up towards Ikpeazu. This time Louis Watson gets a foot in, but Sang can take over. But the ball goes straight to Hector. Charlton take over once more. Dobson. To the right side is Watson. Tanae Watson into the channel, looking for Tyreeq Campbell to make a run, but he's put too much on that. And with that, I'll hand you over to Greg Stubley for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, cheers, Terry. A little bit of afters from Nathan Smith, the Port Vale captain, on Tyreeq Campbell. Well, it's Campbell actually on Smith. He wasn't happy with the contact of the Port Vale centre half, and talking to from the referee for both players. 0-0 was the scoreline here at Vale Park. Charlton have had a couple of decent opportunities. Blackett-Taylor saw a shot saved by Ripley, also saved from Michael Hector's header, and just then Tyreeq and bringing that ball forward and opened up on his right foot, but wanted it back on his left.
Just got it caught under his feet, didn't he, in that process? It's a real shame.
Yeah, talking to for both Smith and Campbell. If you're watching on Charlton TV this afternoon, you'll have seen a close-up of the discussion, shall we say, that the pair were having. As Tyreeq will have the throw for the Addicts, halfway inside the Charlton half. Exchanges passes with Louis Watson. His first start for Charlton in the league since the away game at Portsmouth in November. It's Hector across to Tane Watson. Inside is Anderson. Anderson glides past Devine. Down the line we'll find Tyreeq Campbell. And the overlaps Tane Watson. Now Campbell once more. Chorus of boos for both of those two. Port Vale feel that should have been booked as Hector. An awkward ball across to Lloyd Jones, who lets the ball bounce, give himself some space.
I think that was a scooped pass, it's fair to say.
Louis Watson out to Tyreeq. Uses Jones behind him again as Charlton sustain possession. As now Hector looks for the diagonal ball across towards Blackett-Taylor, but that'll be collected by it's Massey on the right-hand side. Ball forward to Wilson. Now Ikpeazu. Challenge comes in from Dobson, avoids that. To the left-hand side is Grant. Inside to Chislett. Holds up play. Ikpeazu again as Massey makes a run forward. Ikpeazu looks in that direction, but Eden's there for Charlton. And we'll look to bring it forward. Backwards to Dobson. In turn goes back to Jones. He steps out of defence well for Charlton. Looking for runners. Carnu trying to provide that. Blackett-Taylor likewise as Lloyd Jones pull over the top, looks for Blackett-Taylor. They get on the end of that. No, Deborah comes across with the challenge. It's a wonderful idea from Jones. Outside of the right foot. Over the top looking for Blackett-Taylor, who certainly had the pace to try and get there, and Deborah had to concede the corner.
I'm not entirely sure Deborah needed to make that challenge. Could have just guided Blackett-Taylor out of the way, so obviously worried about that Blackett-Taylor would have got beyond him right at the last second. And the effort he put in, he actually made a quite decent challenge on the photographer at the back.
Dobson goes across to take the corner.
It's clever from Jones though, because Carno had made the run initially and he would have been offside, so he just checked and it allowed Blackett-Taylor then to make the run. Almost found him perfectly.
Port Vale with everyone back as Dobson prepares to take again for Charlton. Swings it in towards the near post. It's headed up in the air. Might come the way of Tane Watson. It does. Back inside. Carnu gets a touch, but Port Vale able to clear it away. And as far as Eden, who heads forward. Louis Watson with a little touch and a break to Blackett-Taylor in a penalty here. Blackett-Taylor finishes through the legs of Ripley and gives Charlton the lead. A little flick from Louis Watson fell perfectly for Blackett-Taylor, who had the composure to finish. It gives Charlton the lead.
Oh, the two Watsons combined, but that flicked header from Louis Watson, you can't overemphasise the importance of that. It completely flat-footed the Port Vale defence, and Blackett-Taylor was alive to that. It fell nicely to his right foot. Ripley won't be overly impressed that it went through his legs. It's a decent finish from the Charlton man to give the Addicts the lead. Just this header back in, or the ball back in rather, but a header back in, and the flick from Louis Watson. It was Eden, I think, with the first header, and Louis Watson with the second one, teeing up Blackett-Taylor. I thought at first it might have been Tane Watson who got the first header, but it wasn't. I think it was Eden. No questioning the finish. Blackett-Taylor gives Charlton the lead.
His 8th league goal of the season. Blackett-Taylor, coincidentally, his brother Darryl was the head of strength and conditioning here at Port Vale on the touchline. As Port Vale get the game back underway. Charlton 1-0 up at Vale Park, and it's with Lowe, the Port Vale centre half, forward towards Massey, back to Sangler's ball forward has been cut out by Charlton, but Port Vale up towards Ikpeazu as they look for immediate response, the hosts. Ikpeazu out towards Grant, but there's Tane Watson forward towards Tyreeq Campbell. He'll be tempted with another run forward for Charlton. Inside to Anderson instead. Turns and will find Hector as Charlton will look to just build from the back again. Here's Lloyd Jones. Forward to Dobson. Now Eden. Looked for Jones, I think, but overhit it and goes to Maynard Brewer. And now Hector will go long, looking for a combination of either Carnu or Tyreeq Campbell. Low with the header away. Devine will go back. In the end, Ripley will gather. And rolls the ball down, and now Port Vale will look to go long. Ekpiezu, he imagines, going to be the target. Combination of Dobson and Hector deal with him, and it might have been a trailing arm from Ekpiezu that just made contact with Hector, who's not happy with the striker.
Not impressed at all. I have to see it again, but I don't think it was an elbow. I think it was a flailing arm rather than an elbow. I haven't seen it back, so I'm guessing a little bit.
Yeah, it might even have been his hand, in truth. It's definitely a free kick, and Charlton will have it.
Well, I think he's given the drop ball, actually, because he didn't see the incident, I don't think, the referee, so he's dropping the ball and giving it to Charlton.
I think he stopped play because Hector was holding his head. As Charlton restart. Eden will go long, looking for Kanu. It's a decent ball. Kanu trying to get there ahead of Lowe, does well to step across. And Charlton will have the throw-in deep inside the Port Vale half as Louis Watson collects the ball. Challenge comes in from Massey, fair one according to the referee. Ball up towards Ekpiezu. Challenge comes in from Dobson. Referee feels there's a foul. Michael Appleton is furious with.
That wasn't a foul. It was just because there were two Charlton players around him. He tried to go through both Dobson and Jones. And Jones, I thought, got a decent block in. I think it's purely because there were two Charlton players there. The referee felt it was an illegal challenge. Charlton bench not happy at all with that.
Grant with the ball forward, collected by Maynard Brewer. Yeah, Michael Appleton actually stepped on the pitch to vent his frustration. Surprised the full official didn't come and have a little word with the Charlton head coach.
I think the fourth official probably realised it wasn't a free kick either. Maybe that was the reason.
Hector across to Jones, who's got Eden to his left. Looks inside instead to Louis Watson. Goes back to Hector, immediately under pressure from Chislett, and has to clear it away first time. Louis Watson apologises for the pass. Yeah,
it was a bit of a blind one, but he did it a little bit under pressure, which is the reason for it. Now Charlton, and we've seen it before, sadly, that we haven't concentrated 100% for the 90 minutes. And I think when you've got the likes of Ekpiezu and Wilson up top and Chislett just behind, you've got to concentrate for the entire game because they can nip in and get goals between them. So Charlton have to stay focused now.
Ball forward, headed away by Dobson. And Lowe crashes into Devine. Ball towards Massey, keeps it in play down the line. It's awkward for Jones, who slides, but Ekpiezu gets there first, and Jones brings him down as a consequence, and this will perhaps be a yellow card for Lloyd Jones.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of sympathy for Jones. He tried to get there first and missed it. I don't think he had any idea how close Ekpiezu was, and so he just sort of started thrashing about in the general direction of the ball, and sadly, Ekpiezu was there first. So, quite obvious free kick and a fairly obvious yellow.
In the end, it was a bit of a rugby tackle and hit and hope, wasn't it, from Lloyd Jones as he fell to the floor.
Again, another dangerous free kick.
Grant's over this. His left foot to Charlton wall. As Grant takes, it's a decent delivery. Jones gets something up, it's on it, and it's up in the air, and Kanu flicks it away as Eden looks to bring it forward and does well for Charlton. Up towards Kanu, makes the challenge, and the referee pulls it back for the foul. Yeah, on Tayo Eden.
Lucky from Kanu, but superbly done by Eden to bring it away. I think Port Vale were worried that they were going to get broken on there by Charlton, so that's the reason the free kick was given. So free kick was conceded quite deep because they didn't want Charlton threatening.
Eden for Charlton, under pressure from Sang, goes down the line towards Louis Watson. It's over his head. It's a free kick, nothing given as Lowe with the ball forward. Headed by Anderson, and Eden does well to step there in there for Charlton. Back to Jones, clears it away first time. Deborah with a header forward. Sang will flick it on. Comes away of Ekpiezu. Crashes into Dobson, will run forward. Out to the left towards Grant. It's a decent ball. Connor Grant with the cross. Looks towards Jones, who shot, Wilson should I say, who shot, hits Hector.
Well, it definitely hit his arm, no question about that, and it was outstretched. He might have got away with one there.
Play continues as Grant's cross. Hector heads away. I agree with you, Till. Certainly hits his hand.
I mean, he didn't know anything about it, don't get me wrong, but...
Here's Wilson again, turns, will go for goal with his left foot, and it bounces up for Maynard Brewer, and you can hear the frustration of the home fans. And that's the argument, isn't it? Is how far away his hand was from his body, if it's natural, unnatural.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't deliberate, but his arm was outstretched, I think. I'd need to see it again, but my instinct was that his arm was outstretched, and so you can understand the home side's frustration.
The play will continue. Blackett-Taylor to take on Massey. He gets beyond him as well. Blackett-Taylor goes on the outside of Deborah, slides in and will concede. A throw-in the end for Charlton.
Deborah's struggling down that Port Vale right. He's holding the back of his hamstring now. He did clash with a photographer earlier on. I think he might still be suffering for that.
Eden forward to Blackett-Taylor, Charlton's goal scorer. Down line to Eden again, who's got time to turn. His cross comes off Deborah, who's clearly struggling.
Gone down again.
And he couldn't really get to Eden.
But there might be a change coming here, because Deborah doesn't look right. After, I mean, he did well to keep up with Blackett-Taylor when he went past him, and then as soon as he got the slide in, you could see him holding the back of his hamstring, and then Eden's just drilled it against his leg, which wouldn't have done him any favours. We've got Lakovici on the bench, who is more a right-sided player, I think. Sorry, more a left-sided player. So interesting to see how that change happens, if indeed it does.
Well, it does give both teams the opportunity to talk to their benches. Certainly Marco Appleton will be happy with Charlton's one so far. The debate from Port Vale will be in probably the referee's direction about a potential penalty.
After what looked like a fairly slow start from the Addicts, where the home side put us under a fair bit of pressure in the opening 5 or 10 minutes, I think since that point, Charlton, I wouldn't say they've taken control, is probably too big a stretch, but they've certainly offered much more of a stiffer opposition to the home side, and have taken their chance well. And
we've seen this with Charlton under Michael Appleton, haven't we, where Charlton do have spells where they do look very good and look comfortable, and it's about taking those chances. Charlton been looking at this thinking we can get a second before half-time, go into the break 2-0 up, give you that cushion. We've seen Charlton come out at half-time. It's a real Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. Unfortunately for Charlton, it's certainly been the more evil over the last month or so for them in terms of performances.
And Deborah's still down, getting attention, so this doesn't look good for the right back at the minute, or the right side of centre half, I should say. And,
I imagine a change is going to be incoming.
Well, they swapped Lakovici with Deborah in the game against Carlisle. But it's probably more to the fact that Deborah had been booked, I think, rather than for any other reason. But this is still down, still getting attention, so I'd be surprised if there wasn't a change. But you never know. And I think as far as Charlton are concerned, no, it does look like Lakovici is going to come on. From a Charlton point of view, sometimes the two-goal, having a one-goal cushion is never enough. Sometimes 2 goals hasn't been enough, of course. We seem to get in front, play well, and then as soon as we are in front, we tend to maybe sit back too deep, protecting that, being as the run we're on. And so I'd like to see Charlton go for it, but that's easier said than done.
So Deborah will have to make way.
I think I said Lakovici, they've said it's Iacovetti, isn't it?
Please leave us number 17, Alex Iacovetti.
It's Iacovetti, I think I said Lakovici. It's because the way it's spelt, or the way it looks like it's spelt, it's not. It's Iacovetti.
Iacovetti on. He'll go to the left side of back 3, and looks like Nathan Smith will come across to the right. As Charlton will restart play, so Eden to take the throw down the line to Blackett-Taylor. Challenge comes in, and Eden will pick it up again. This is Blackett-Taylor once more. Massey for company. Back to Anderson. And across is Dobson. He's got Tanae Watson to his right. Terrence Campbell offering an option on the right-hand side, and back to Louis Watson. This is Dobson behind him again, and Dobson in force back will go across to Lloyd Jones. Jones forward to Eden. Stayed forward for Charlton. Voice the challenge of Massey. Brings it forward. He's being dragged back by Sang, and Trying to be asking for Sang to be booked.
That should be a booking, shouldn't it? I mean, he started. It's a lovely turn from Eden. Superb turn to get him away. And the referee's not even going to talk to him.
No Charlton player actually went to the referee, which surprised me because it looked like Eden might have been clear there. But play continues as Dobson forward towards Louis Watson. Goes beyond Chislett. No free kick. And this play will continue. With Tyreeq Campbell on the right-hand side for Charlton. Down the line to Tene Watson. Gets beyond Chislett. Ball across. Cleared away. And by the end, by Smith. Charlton will have the throw.
Yeah, I think the referee felt that Watson went down too easily, which I think was a bit harsh. But Charlton still benefited from it, and that's a lovely run from Tene Watson inside, showing that their cross couldn't find Daniel Kanu.
Throw comes in from Tene Watson, and Anderson loses control. Port Vale clear it back off Anderson. Now to play for the host to have a throw in.
I don't think Anderson was aware that Wilson was that close, so miscommunication in terms of players round him telling him what's on.
Throw comes in, down the line towards Ikpeazu. Hector trying to poke it forward, and Tene Watson likewise. It's scrappy, but Charlton do well to come away with the ball, and Anderson finds Dobson out to the left to Eden, who's got space to get control of the ball for Charlton, and inside looks for Kanu. It's a lovely ball. Kanu holds up play, needs support, turns Kanu, lays it off for Louis Watson, edge of the penalty area. Watson uses Dobson behind him. Dobson switches the play across to Tene Watson. Now Tyreeq Campbell. Left-footed cross, but that'll be easy for Ripley to gather.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen Kanu just try and turn there. He held the ball up really well, and we know he's got the ability to turn and hit it quickly. I'd love to have seen him try that. I understand why he teed up Louis Watson, but I'd love to see him give that a go.
Ripley the ball forward. Sang wins the header. Dobson goes down the line where Smith, Port Vale's captain, is there. Dobson with the challenge on Sang. It looked like he got a touch on the ball, Dobson.
No, I think he did. Sure he did.
Sang will get the free kick.
It's another soft free kick, that one.
Smith takes ball down the line to Chislett. It's a good one. Chislett held up by a combination of Eden and Hector. It's Charlton's left back who does well to get control of the ball. And back heels it towards Hector, who's risky ball, and Hector has to clear it away only as far as the Devine. On a run here, Alfie Devine. With the cross towards the far post, is over everyone in the end. Grant will go across to try and retrieve the ball and does so.
I thought Eden was definitely fouled in this corner, and he's rightly upset with the assistant.
Grant with the cross again. This time Tene Watson clears it away. Up towards Kanu, low with the header. Charlton find themselves under a bit of pressure here as Devine looks for some options down the line to Massey. Eden providing a bit of support, but it's cleared away in the end by Maynard Brewer as the header came in from Ikpeazu.
It's a huge
and
save.
Wilson trying to get there, and Maynard Brewer just did enough with the save.
Wilson didn't get enough of a touch, but it would look like it was going past Maynard Brewer, who stuck a hand out. Really important.
Akaviti across to Grant, whose cross takes a deflection. Wilson's there, trying to get it under control. Back to Devine. Thinks about a shot, goes for it. Maynard Brewer the save up in the air. And in the end, it goes out of play for a Port Vale corner, but it's the host applying pressure towards the end of this first half.
Huge strong arm from Maynard Brewer, 2 crucial saves in a row. And Charlton feel a little bit aggrieved they haven't had the rubber to green in terms of decisions, and it's allowed the home side to just get a foot into the game in the last minute or two.
Corner to be taken by Sang. It was the initial cross from Massey. That was a wonderful cross, and Hector tried to apply pressure against Ikpeazu. And it dropped nicely for Wilson as the corner's taken. Ikaviti the target. Good header away by Jones. Low on the ball again for Port Vale. Diagonal ball forward. Ikpeazu with a header comes to Massey. Massey with a cross. That looked like it might have hit a hand. The referee's given a penalty. It was Anderson who tried to block the cross. His hand was up in the air. And the referee straight away pointed for the penalty.
Yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for Anderson. He was left firstly on head-on-head tussle with Ikpeazu, which was never going to win, and then in lunging in, his hands were up. So I don't think they were going to get 2 let-offs Charlton from handballs. for that one, so I don't think we can complain too much.
No, as you said, Port Vale could have had a penalty earlier. Michael Hector's hand. That one from Anderson clearly hit his hand. And it'd be Ephraim Chislett to step up for Port Vale. Chislett takes it, sends Maynard Brewer the wrong way, and we're level.
Just that last couple of minutes where, oh good grief, where, I forgot about this, where Charlton just almost allowed themselves to get embroiled into a bit of a tussle that they didn't need to, on the back of what they felt was a couple of decisions that went against them. It gave the home side just that little bit of a lift, and I said earlier on that there are times when we go a goal up, we look more vulnerable than when we're 0-0.
Yes, Charlton a spell in that first half where they looked in control, but all it took was that pressure from Port Vale. Maynard Brewer made 2 saves. 5 added minutes at the end of this first half. 1-1 the scoreline, and Charlton in possession with Hector. Trying to search for a clean sheet. Which, as Brownie said pre-match, last one was Reading at home in October. In the league is Lucky Taylor Eden, now forward to Anderson. There's Dobson, that left is Eden. Ball forward. Looked like it come off the hand of Massey, and it has done so.
No idea what Massey was doing there.
And Charlton will have the free kick and look for immediate response.
Seemed to be going nowhere, that pass, unless Carter would have got on the end of it. No, difficult one, but quite well. Massey stuck his arm out. I'm not entirely sure, but can Charlton benefit from that?
Dobson's over this for the Addicts. Jones and Hector up from the back. Two-man wall with Port Vale. Dobson takes, over hits it, and it's comfortable for Ripley. He looks to throw it out towards Ikpeazu. Up against Anderson, it's good defending from the Charlton midfielder. Back there for the Addicts, but it's got some more defending to do here as Ikpeazu been released down the right-hand side, and Anderson with the challenge. There will be a Port Vale corner. Sang to take. Port Vale finishing the half strongly. Sang takes, looks for Ikpeazu, who wins the header straight at Maynard Brewer.
And nobody went with him. Ikpeazu came to the near side of the 6-yard box. I'd say it's a free header because Dobson was there. Looking for Charlton straight at Maynard Brewer.
There was actually 3 Charlton bodies there, but none of them could.
Well, they didn't know he was behind him. He came from deep, didn't he? Nobody went with him.
Eden back to Jones. Ikpeazu with the pressure, and Jones' clearance comes back off the striker, who gets hold of possession, and beyond Jones. Has to be careful. Ikpeazu still with it. Back to Sang. Charlton get bodies back, but Port Vale still have it. With Grant, left-footed effort. Goes harmlessly wide, but Jones for a minute was aware he was on a yellow card, and he did have a little pull of the shirt, and
didn't he?
Let go just as Ikpeazu was looking to get beyond him.
It was slightly fortunate Ikpeazu got past him. Had he not got past him, then the referee would have had a decision to make there. And do you think he didn't realise he was on a yellow until afterwards, until halfway through, and said, oh, hang on.
Maynard Brewer, the goal kick. As we approach half-time, we have a minute and a half still to go as Maynard Brewer takes Carno. That's a good header. Lucky Taylor will give chase, but Smith go back to Ripley. It was a great first touch from the goalkeeper. It's a difficult ball for him to deal with. Goes long towards Ikpeazu. Headed down by Jones. Now Dobson out to the right to Tanae Watson. Louis Watson is ahead of him. Now Campbell. Tanae Watson once more. Out to Tyrese Campbell, who's got free for company. Campbell goes on the outside of Grant. It makes a sliding challenge. Charlton to throw. Tanae Watson will take. There's Louis Watson. It's Charles. Right back in, Tanae brings it forward now. Dobson goes all the way back to Jones, who's going to be put under pressure by Ikpeazu. Jones, the run forward, pokes it forward, and he'll give chase. And Smith with the clearance in the end. I don't think it meant to be a clearance.
No, he looked
and
around.
Charlton will have the throw.
He did have two Port Vale players around him. They sort of disappeared. They sort of run away from him. So he found himself a little bit isolated there, the Port Vale captain.
Eden takes forward to Anderson. Back to Tyo Eden. So Blackett-Taylor, that's a difficult ball for Blackett-Taylor to deal with. Smith lets that go out of play.
Yeah, that ball was fine if Blackett-Taylor's expecting it, but he wasn't.
And there is a half-time whistle. Half-time here it is. Port Vale 1, Charlton 1. The Addicts took the lead through Corey Blackett-Taylor, his 8th goal of the season. 8th league goal of the season, should I say. After Louis Watson's header fell into the path of the Charlton wide man, who nutmegged Connor Ripley with his finish to give Charlton the lead. And then Port Vale gradually grew back into the game towards half-time, forced Ashley Maynard-Brewer into 2 saves before a handball from Corey Anderson gave the hosts a penalty, which Ethan Chislett stepped up and scored. And a half-time here, it is Port Vale 1, Charlton 1. And to go through that first 45 minutes, we'll hand you back to the Charlton TV studio with James, Curbs and Brownie. We'll go through the action for you.
So all square at the break there at Val Park. I'll be hearing from Brownie and Curbs in a little while, but don't forget you can also give us your opinions on that first 45 minutes by getting in touch via WhatsApp, and we will read out your messages. Gentlemen, that almost feels like a pattern we've become more familiar with across 90 minutes, but 40 minutes there we were pretty good, and then the last 5 we just couldn't cope with the pressure.
Well, I thought it was a very even game, open game,
right.
And you expecting goals the way it was going, but no, and we've ended up nicking it, and you know we're hoping to get to half time. I must admit, I don't know what you do about some of these decisions with his handballs now, because I don't know what else Anderson can do.
Yeah.
And even the one that we might show with Hector, I don't know what you can do when it's blasted at you from a couple of yards. So very disappointing to go in at 1-1.
Brownie, looking at the last 5 minutes in particular,
Yep.
Probably the focus there on our character and how when we've been up against it, we're starting to struggle.
Yeah, I think there's an element of the disappointment of conceding, and actually you can't be disappointed. There's a game going on. You've still got 5, 6, 7 minutes. The last thing you want to do when you concede 1 is concede 2, and then suddenly that half-time team talk has completely changed. So you've just got to make sure that you concentrate, you keep level-headed, and you make sure you get down the tunnel at the very worst 1-1 at that point. But we tend to just struggle a little bit, don't we, every time we concede. It's a bit of a pattern. But yeah, I think our goalkeeper's been busier. Yeah. But I'm not sitting here saying we were terrible first half. We weren't. We had moments.
Well, actually, we both got, well, nearly both got what we wanted. I got a goal at one end, and you nearly got a clean sheet.
Listen, I thought you might get yours. I didn't think I was going to get mine. But the fact of the matter is, there were moments there, particularly early on, where Blackett-Taylor drove to the byline, couldn't pick anybody out. We got in behind their left centre half, couldn't pick anybody out, you know. And it's no criticism of the player delivering. Have we got enough in the box? There's a delivery here, isn't there, from George Dobson, and it goes to their keeper. And we got 4 players around the back post, and not one's made a run across. And so it's not picking out the deliverer every time. Sometimes there aren't enough bodies in the box. Sometimes we don't make the runs. But yeah, I thought when we went 1 up, I didn't think that had gone to the wrong team. I thought we'd done enough there to get the lead, but they have had opportunities. We'd be remiss if we didn't say that Ashley Maynard-Brewer's made 3 or 4 good saves, and I went out, and obviously they had a couple of good chances while I was out of the room.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a look at our goal. And as you mentioned, Brownie, we got in behind their defence a couple of times, and then we made the most of it during this opportunity. There, perhaps we could have got away off a shot with that second ball there. Yeah.
But when it's flicked on by Louis Watson, Blackett-Taylor's in, and he just smashes it. I don't know if he's trying to go through the keeper's legs, but we'll take it. I think if he'd have had another touch, he might have tried to bend it round him. But he's gone for pace and power, and it's gone through the keeper's legs.
What's the most important thing there, Brownie?
Well, the most important thing is that they had a centre forward picking up Blackett Taylor who had no idea what he was doing. So that led him to have that ball at his feet. It's at an angle, which is, I always say percentage chances of scoring on the angles is difficult, but one of the hardest things for a keeper is when it's blasted in and around your legs.
Yeah.
Because you can't get your arms down there quick enough, so you've got to try and flick your leg out nice and sharp to make the save. But because of the proximity, which is only, 4 or 5 yards from the keeper, and it goes right underneath him, he's almost got to sit on that to save it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it finds the back of the net, and for once, we're not talking about us, we're talking about them with a really poor defensive second phase pickup.
And of course, he hit the target.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is George is on the set plays. We've been criticising the fact that we haven't scored too many goals from set plays. I think Andy Scott mentioned it in his interview. And George now is taking the corners, and they've been decent deliveries, let's be honest.
And we want to see a bit more in the box, though,
We need a bit more
what George is delivering.
attacking it, yeah, because we're going to show a free kick, which, if it got attacked, I'm sure would have got something from.
Yeah, but let's have a look at Port Vale as they turned the screw a little bit on us towards the end of that first half there, and see a couple of their chances. And this is where we needed to show a little bit of character, and perhaps we couldn't cope with that pressure, Brownie.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that clip there, he's 3 or 4 players. He gets to the byline and gets a delivery in. Again, we've got 3
chance, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, he has to score. Yeah, that has to be an equaliser at that point. But again, we have 3 players on the player delivering. We don't stop the cross. Again, look at that. I mean, there's an enthusiasm there. 4 players trying to shut that down to block.
And now we're going to show what led to their penalty, in fact.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't know what you do as a defender now, or if you're trying to defend.
He can't not give that, though, Curbs,
no,
sadly.
he can't not give that.
Particularly because of the first one, maybe, with Hector as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so personally. But the one thing I feel sorry for Croy there is he's got a 2v1 against. He's going up against an absolute man mountain in the 12, Piaccio, and he loses the header, but tries honestly to get out to block the cross.
Yeah.
So he's doing a two-person job there, and I can't fault him. Because what do you do? He's just trying to make a block, and his arm's in a position where the ref can't not give it, sadly.
And I think, because of the other penalty appeal, where it's smashed at Hector, and Hector's hand is up.
That's got to be in the ref's mind to a certain extent, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think, but if you're lunging, I don't know how you lunge with your hands down by your side. You can't.
Here's the Hector one now.
Here's the Hector one. I mean, he's smashed it in, but his arm is up, look.
Yeah.
And I think Premier League VAR.
Yeah, I think
because it's goal bound.
Yeah.
So that may have been in the ref's. That may have been in the ref's mind for the penalty he did give, but obviously,
I still really don't understand the silhouette and unnatural position thing, because what is natural? Have you ever defended, guys? The guys that make these rules, you ever defended when you're trying to throw your body in front of it?
No, VAR or refs. But when Anderson's gone to block the cross, you cannot lunge without getting your arms up.
Yeah.
You can't lunge like that.
It's for the natural balance of your body, isn't it?
And to actually get your foot there. So,
We also had a look and saw Daniel Kanu working very hard up front, but sometimes our players not being around him in support. He's brought it down a couple of times quite nicely, hasn't he, Brownie?
Yeah, balls have coming from deep. And there was one where you don't see this enough, where the centre forward gets across his man, receives 2 feet inside the penalty area. I don't think we do that enough. And he does that, and he takes a touch, then a second, and by the time he got the 3rd touch, he's backed out the box to play somebody who's then supported. Can we get a 3rd-man runner? So when the ball comes in, 3rd-man runner in to support that ball into him back and get a shot away. But yeah, he's had a couple of nice moments.
Explain 3rd-man running.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, maybe after, because half times we're a bit squeezed for time.
They've probably got a new name for it now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So we mentioned Dobbo being on free kicks as well. Have you been happy with the delivery? We've got a clip here we're going to see now.
A fantastic delivery. Obviously, Michael's looked at it and decided that Dobbo's got the best delivery. That's gone into the 6-yard box.
Middle of 6.
And our players have got to run across the keeper. They've got to go quickly in his eye line. But no one's challenging it. He's come off to the 6-yard box.
I mean, the only 2 that run forwards, in fact, are Tanay Watson and Daniel Kanu.
Yeah, there's 2 blockers. Right, so there's 2 blockers, which is fine. Their job is to block, but block for a runner.
Yeah.
And we have 1 runner in the middle of 6. There's 4 people at the back post.
At the back post.
Which is like,
if they get across the keeper, it may have gone straight in. If people come across the keeper now and attack it, The keeper might have stopped.
You've got two centre halves who are arguably your most physical players.
That, yeah.
No, I wouldn't question it. But you can't have both beyond the corner of the 6-yard box. Even if it does go to them, it's only a recycled header into the middle of the 6. You're not scoring from where they are. You are not scoring from where Hector and Jones are.
Yeah.
Right. So all they're doing is recycling the ball back into the middle of 6 for somebody to make a run.
I know we're talking old language, but when John Robinson was playing and we got him on the left-hand side checking back with his right foot, if that ball went in, he was hitting the keeper. He wasn't crossing it anywhere else. He was hitting the keeper. And if the forwards didn't get across, they were the ones that got it, not John. John was aiming for the keeper, and we was trying to get across to either get a little touch or to put him off. And Dobbo's ball's a decent ball, but the keeper's come out and caught it comfortable.
Well, gentlemen, as you'll both know, last year saw us celebrate the 30th anniversary of our return to the Valley. And as part of celebrations, the Charlton Athletic Supporters Trust are working with supporters to create a mural to go up at the Valley to celebrate the historic day in 1992. Supporters, in fact, can vote on 3 designs that have been put together by the Supporters Trust. And let's get the two legends alongside me, their opinion on the options. Gentlemen, first and foremost, there's this one. What do you make of that, Curbs? Do you like it? So that's actually entering into the stadium.
Yeah, Roger Orwin opening it up. Yeah, I like that.
And then our second option that we have. Brownie, for you as a player, maybe looking at the green grass.
No, I would. I think
the Gates at the moment.
Yeah, the Gates is winning it at the moment. I would say. Yeah.
What was the atmosphere like here that day, Curbs?
Well, listen, I think we, as the players and as the team, we was wrapped up in the game more than the celebrations going on outside. Obviously, there was a band and there was this and that, but we was concentrating on the match.
Focused on the job, and the football is the thing that's going to win everything else, isn't it? And win the support of the team. And the third option that we have from the Supporters Trust is this one.
Yeah, see, I like that. That's a bit of me, that one.
It's a good wordplay, isn't it?
yeah, it is actually,
so, although it doesn't link to the day.
And that's our record appearance maker, so, that's quite significant. Not taking anything away, because I think Roger Orwin played a massive part as director and owner at the time, but that's a good shot.
I'm going for the Gates.
Oh, yeah. I might go for Sammy Bartram.
So what about a combination of the both, perhaps, if the club could incorporate both images? I think it might work quite nice.
I just think opening the Gates, we're back, we're back.
I must admit, that does signify you're back to the Valley. That's a really good shot from a decent period of Charlton's history with a record appearance maker, but the Gates is significant.
Well, supporters can have their say with all details available on the Charlton Athletics Supporters Trust website. And we've got more coming your way today, of course, after this. Already, you can get your new home, away and third shirts in the Valley Superstore or online right now. So we've got a big 45 minutes coming our way, gents. We need a result as much as a performance today. I just want to turn to the WhatsApp real quick. We've had quite a few in. Ben from Australia watching live from an air-conditioned room in Perth, showing off there because it's absolutely freezing in South London. Wondering why he's up at midnight is what he's saying at the moment, so he's not been that entertained. Adam said our body language just before the goal showed nervousness. I think we've agreed with that here in the studio. We've been asked to shout out a true Addict fan, Frankie B, over in Thailand. It's lovely to hear from the international fans here, isn't it? Ben said he felt it was better from the players. Louis Watson is making a difference, and we saw a couple of moments where he received it on that back foot there.
We had a giggle,
didn't we, gentlemen, as well? We're missing Alfie May as Carnu isn't the complete player as well, but we know that, don't we, for his age. George thinks that we look a threat but need to be more physical and says Louis Watson could make the difference in the second half. What do you think?
It's interesting people talking about Louis Watson because you know, he's been frozen out up until this weekend, and Michael's gone on sign 2 midfield players. So.
Yeah, team could look very.
Do you think testament to Louis as well, the fact that he's still performing and trying, even though he's not been in the team in recent weeks?
It'll be interesting to see if he gets recalled. Is it Luton?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's an assist to the goal as well, which you know in today's modern game, you know, it's all about goals and assists because it's the columns that they need to fill as players, and it's a flick on that will go down as an assist. So, you know, he's added to the game in that respect today.
Really nice shout out here, and I think this will resonate with Curbs, who's always talking about his grandson. Cameron, aged just 9, said the positives from that first half. Dobson on corners, Maynard Brewer making good saves. He said we need to edge in front and be able to hold on to it.
There's goals in this second half, I think. Let's hope it's our way because it's such an open game at the moment. Yeah,
we've got Patrick asking as well, Curbs and Brownie, what would you do playing style-wise in the second half?
Well, I've got to be honest. The first thing, I mean, I'm going to look naturally from our perspective defensively. I need the 12 not to dominate physically. Yeah. I want us to win that first ball up to drop down into our midfield so we can get hold of the ball. He's a big boy, I get that, and he's holding the ball up well.
What's his name again?
Ikpizu or Ikpiatsu. Someone can correct us.
Have we got to worry?
I was trying to gauge it from Terry and Greg, but they kept changing it.
Have we got to worry maybe with Lloyd Jones on the yellow card that he's probably going to look to go up against him in the second half?
Interestingly, right at the end of that half, he'd done him down the outside, didn't he? And he couldn't touch him. He couldn't touch him. He drove into the penalty area.
Let's be fair. Whatever his name is, he should be on Jones. He should be around Jones.
His job is to get there and try and draw that second foul, 100%. But if we can just win that first ball up, it drops to Dobbo or Karoy Anderson. We've got possession. At the moment, he's holding it up, so their midfield joins.
But I think from our perspective, we've got to get some more support for Kanu up top. You know, even if he does make a decent run or brings it down, we ain't getting up there to support him.
Would you like the manager to maybe signal out one of those midfield guys to do that? To say, like, Karoy and Dobbo, you sit there, Louis, it's your job.
Or it may well be someone like Fraser coming on and just giving him the opportunity. You ain't got to do no defending, get up there and support.
Yeah, OK. Well, gents, let's see how this second 45 plays out. We'll now hand back over to our commentary team of Terry Smith and Greg Stubley.
Cheers, James. Cheers, Brownie. Cheers, Curbs. And yeah, Brownie, it's Ikpiazu. Or what's the other ones we've been saying, Tel? We've been saying quite a lot off air.
Yeah, I don't know what you've been listening to, Brownie.
Maybe Ikpiazu.
Clearly been on the sherbets at half time.
It's cold here as well, so our teeth might shiver from time to time. As play restarts this second half. And Charlton it is with the kick-off shooting towards the away stand to our right, and your right as you're watching as well as the ball goes long. No changes for either side at half-time. Maybe the Addicts with the throw. Eden to take. Kanu. Eden will look inside for Louis Watson. Gives it back to Eden. Ball forward towards Kanu. Cleared away by Nathan Smith. There's Watson across to Hector. Ball forward towards Tyreeq Campbell. To his right, it's Tane Watson. Campbell was there for the return ball, decides to go back the other way instead. Dobson back to Hector. Bobbling ball reaches Jones in the end, who is on the yellow card for Charlton. As Hector looking for movement, uses Tane Watson to his right, and ball down the line towards Tyreeq Campbell. Does well to keep it in play for Charlton. Goes down under the challenge of Yakoviti, but he breaks away and forward towards Chislett. Hector is there for Charlton to pick up the pieces though. Under no real pressure will go to Jones, and back to Hector again. Further back is Ashley Maynard-Brooke inside the Charlton goal.
A fairly quiet opening, minute and a half to the second half.
Louis Watson, Corey Blackett-Taylor, Dobson with the ball. Eden with the flick, looking for Blackett-Taylor. It was a nice idea, but Massey was alert to it. Now Port Vale will look to break through Massey on the right-hand side, across towards the far post. And Tane Watson has time to clear it away, and does so for Charlton. It's a very good clearance, in fact. Tyreeq Campbell's control lets him down, though. As it comes to Sang. And the clearance from Tane Watson did have snow in it, to be fair. As Devine out to left-hand side is Grant. Inside is Chislett. Goes down under the pressure from Dobson, but it's a challenge from the Charlton midfielder that results in a Port Vale corner.
They've certainly got a physical presence up there. Charlton have to deal with it, which for the most part in the first half we did.
Sangers who's going to take this. Whips it in, it's a decent looking delivery. Hector manages to get his head on it and clears it away. And as far as Grant, to the left hand side, Sanger cuts inside. Looks at the cross again, it's a decent ball in, and Jones it is who heads it away. It will be a Port Vale corner. Piazza went down off the ball as that ball came in, felt it was being impeded by Dobson. It was actually Hector who did have hands on him. The referee feels that was fair enough, and Charlton will have another corner to defend.
You need to be a fairly strong person to be able to blood it Pietsu down though. It's like Brownie alluded to, his man mountain. Huge physical presence.
Sang with the corner once more. Again, it's a decent looking delivery, but Tony Watson leaps well and heads it clear. Tyreeq Campbell helps to play safe and clears it further out of play for a Port Vale throw.
Yeah, nobody further ahead of him, so you understand why Tyreeq Campbell chose that option.
So looking to take the throw in quickly, but the referee's not happy with the position. And the throw comes back too low. Gaviti across to low again. Ball forward, headed away by Jones. Dobson can't get to the second ball, and the ball ran up nicely for Grant. Tracked by Louis Watson. Back inside to Devine, who goes on a run. Dobson with the pressure. Louis Watson trying to flick it away, but Grant will pick it up again. Gaviti to Grant once more. Ball forward will go out of play. Good Charlton pressure results in the Addicts having a throw.
Yeah, it's a case of both sides went out of possession of putting a decent amount of pressure on the side with the ball, so it's resulting in a lot of misplaced passes and misdirected passes. So can yet to settle down in the second half.
Yeah, temperature has dipped since the sun's gone down, that's for sure.
Yeah, we were desperate for the sun to go down. Now it's gone down. I think, oh, maybe not.
Tanae Watson with the throw for Charlton, forward towards Kanu. Gaviti heads forward, Wilson likewise. Piazza looks to control it, does so. Back to Smith. Inside, Sang. Looks over the top towards Massey, gets beyond Blackett-Taylor. Massey, the low cross, Hector gets something on it, and it's important he did for Charlton as it ricochets nicely out to Tyreeq Campbell, who can put it away for the Addicts. Forward towards Kanu. Lays it off behind, and Louis Watson can go back to Hector, and Charlton can restart from the back.
To be fair, that's all Kanu could do. The ball fizzed at him. He was on his own, so he did well to guide it where he did.
Header with the ball forward. Kanu will give chase. Low under pressure from the Charlton striker. Goes back to Ripley. Clears it away. Massey with the header on. Eden, good control to keep that in play for Charlton. Inside to Dobson. Immediately being pressured by James Wilson, but he'll find Hector. And now Louis Watson. Behind him is Jones. Now Hector. And to the right, it's Tanae Watson. Goes down the line towards Tyreeq Campbell. Gaviti comes across, cleans down the line, goes straight back to Tanae Watson. Now Dobson looks towards Anderson. Tried the first time ball towards Kanu, but the ball's been intercepted by Gaviti up towards Piazza. His ball back has been cut out by Anderson. Out to the left to Blackett-Taylor. Opportunity to take on Massey. The left-hand side, driving inside. Blackett-Taylor with a shot. Ripley with a save, and Lowe has to clear behind for the Charlton corner.
It's good pressure. A good move on this right to left-hand side. Anderson the fulcrum for it. And as soon as the ball went out to Blackett-Taylor, it was a great run from Eden to take the attention away from the Port Vale defence, allowed Blackett-Taylor to cut inside and unleash that shot. Ripley couldn't hold it.
Away fans to our right. It's been a good voice throughout. When you consider the recent run Charlton have been on. It's in front of them. The Addicts have this corner as Dobson prepares to take. Swings it in, headed away by Smith. Chislett with the control. Risky ball across to Devine, who had to be alert. Dobson with the pressure. Devine.
It's got to be a Charlton. Yes, well played, Dobson. That was superb. Didn't just lunge in, and it would have been easy for him to do so. So it's controlled pressure on Devine.
He wins the Addicts to throw. Blackett-Taylor throws back to Eden. Forward to Blackett-Taylor once more. Looks to take on Massey. Goes down the line, Blackett-Taylor. Runs out of room. Massey sticks with him all the way.
Yeah, it's just slightly different. Deborah, I think, wasn't sure how to deal with Blackett-Taylor since he's gone off. And Jakovic's come on, albeit he's on the left-hand side, and has switched Smith across to the right. It's been helped out there by Massey. Blackett-Taylor hasn't quite had the same impact.
Ripley with a goal kick, 1-1 still the scoreline here at Vale Park as Piazza with the header. Eden likewise. Dobson forward, Smith in awkward control, which is a good challenge from Anderson, but Port Vale will have the throw. Taken inside to Devine. Switches across nicely to Grant, who's got space to bring this forward. Grant with the cross in towards Wilson, who flicks it on. Took it away from Piazza. Eden clears only as far as Smith. Now Massey. Back to Sang. Cuts inside Anderson with the cross, and Maynard Brewer catches for Charlton as Louis Watson receives the ball out towards Tyreeq Campbell. Back inside to Louis Watson. Goes forward looking for Carnu. He heads it away. The ball goes out of play. Charlton throw.
Yeah, it's again similar story to the first half. It's very end-to-end, very open.
Watson throws aside to Anderson, who ball back to Tene Watson, left him with work to do, and he did it superbly well, to be fair to the Charlton right back to win back possession. And now Eden out to left to Blackett-Taylor. Immediately thinks about going forward. It's inside to Louis Watson, out left to Eden. Blackett-Taylor continued his run, but Eden steps inside. Uses Hector instead. Ball forward to Anderson's a good one. Anderson controls nicely, pokes it forward, looking for Carnu. It's a lovely ball. Carnu's first touch takes him wide. Charlton still in possession though. It's Campbell forward to Eden. Eden across to Louis Watson on the left-hand side of Charlton's attack. Inside to Blackett-Taylor. He's got time to turn. Looks for Tyreeq Campbell in the box. Tyreeq Campbell across goal, and very nearly looking for Carnu. Ripley gets across. I don't think he got a touch on it in the end.
I think Carnu was
goalkeeper, but it goes out of play.
Carnu was hoping he would get a touch. It was a lovely build-up play from Charlton, both sides. Anderson did really well initially, and ball across. Lovely run into the area from Campbell. Cross shot, I suppose you'd call it. If Ripley had got a touch to that, it would have set up Carnu perfectly, but he didn't. And bypassed everybody and away for the goal kick.
Ball forward from Blackett-Taylor, and Campbell's shot across goal. There's Campbell on the ball again for Charlton as it breaks nicely from the goal kick. Looking to take on Grant. Inside to Anderson. To the right to Tene Watson. Inside to Dobson, who's got Hector inside, and left is Jones. Runs it forward, Lloyd Jones. And looks for some movement forward towards Eden. It's a decent ball. Eden with the cross comes off Massey, and Charlton will have the throw.
Yeah, it needed that ball just to go there a little bit sooner. Eden was out in space on that left-hand side, and Jones neglected to use him on the first occasion. Finally did a little ball behind the right back on the second occasion.
Throw it down the line to Louis Watson. Eden tried to find Carnu, comes back off of Massey.
Yes, even if he'd have found Carnu had three players around him. I feel it was not the pass that was would have been the right one had it come off anyway.
Heading inside to Campbell. Good strength from Tyreeq Campbell on the left-hand side. Still with it, Campbell and Smith with the challenge.
Ooh,
Did come back off Tyreeq Campbell last. I think from my angle, it looked like Campbell was off the pitch at that stage.
Yeah, me too.
But the goal kick has been given. It's difficult to tell on the replay, to be fair, and the assistant referee was in line. Port Vale with the goal kick. As Ripley goes long. Lassie tried to keep it in play, couldn't do so. And Charlton will have the throw. Eden takes inside to Dobson. Risky ball back, and Wilson pounces, and now Piezu taken on. Dobson cuts inside, but his shot is tame. Piezu straight at Maynard Brewer, rolls it out to Dobson. To the left to Blackett-Taylor, good control. Blackett-Taylor inside to Carnu. Back to Dobson. Now Louis Watson for the Addicts. Tyreeq Campbell made a lovely run forward, but instead uses Anderson on the right-hand side. Tanae Watson inside looking for Blackett-Taylor. Ball deflects back to Tanae Watson though. Now Louis Watson. Blackett-Taylor on the right-hand side for the time being. Back to Louis Watson driving forward, trying to poke it towards Tyreeq Campbell. Blackett-Taylor goes on the outside, low cross in towards Carnu, but the touch from Lowe was important. Port Vale make a meal of it. Might come the way of Carnu! Show and score! And it's Daniel Carnu with the goal. Port Vale struggling to clear their lines. Carnu off a 1-2 with Eden, an accidental 1-2. But there was Daniel Carnu to score for Charlton.
And didn't he enjoy that, Daniel Carnu? It may have come to him slightly fortuitously, but what a finish from the young man. Port Vale made a real meal of trying to get that away. Charlton were similarly making a meal of getting into the box in the first place. We were tapping it in and around the outside, and Blackett-Taylor finally went past his man, dragged it back across, and then Port Vale inexplicably passed it across their own penalty area. And Tyreeq Campbell with some touch on it, but Daniel Carnu pounced on the loose ball and buried it.
Daniel Carnu's first goal for Charlton since the reverse fixture against Port Vale in August. God, that'll mean a lot to him away from home. See how much it meant celebrating with the Charlton fans.
The home side and the referee getting a little bit impatient as Charlton players just amble back. That celebration took it out of the Addicts.
That's the thing about Daniel Carnu coming through the academy. Get in those positions, you'll get the goals. As Charlton cleared away up towards Carnu. Play's restarted. The ball's back to Ripley. Clears forward. Watson got something on it. Now can Charlton, who did certainly create that spell of pressure to force the goal in the end. We'll be looking to continue that, but be wary of their defence as well, as Eden's been tripped, and Charlton will have the free kick.
Yeah, I'd like to see us just be braver now in possession and in attacks. And here we go.
Dobson with a quick free kick, looking for Blackett-Taylor, and let's see, had to be alert for Port Vale. The ball's inside to Devine. 60 minutes gone. Port Vale 1, Charlton 2. The scoreline here at Vale Park. Connor Grant on the left-hand side. Tyreeq Campbell gets back. Ball inside towards Wilson. Yakoviti takes over with the cross. Maynard Brewer goes up to collect, and Piazzu jumped with him.
When the ball went in, I saw Ashley Maynard Brewer coming. I thought, oh, that's good goal kick, and he's made a positive run towards the ball to claim it. And then under pressure from Piazzu, almost fumbled it as well. Got lucky at the second attempt, really.
Hector back to Maynard Brewer. Clears it away. Might come the way of Blackett-Taylor, who heads it on. Gives Smith a bit of chase, but Smith had 5 yards on Blackett-Taylor to go back to Ripley. Yakoviti bring it forward. Left is Grant. Goes back to Connor Ripley.
I'd like to see us continue to do that. Put pressure on the ball as we were beforehand. Not sit too deep. Not allow or invite the home side to come at us.
Yakoviti with the ball forward. Headed on by Sang, and it might come the way of Massey. And it does. Massey. Held up by Eden. Looks to go beyond the Charlton left back with the cross. Dobson gets something on it, might come the way of Grant. Lays it off for Chisholm with a strike. Maynard Brewer punches it clear, but still Port Vale look to attack with Sang. Forced back by Charlton, but Port Vale showing that they have attacking abilities to get back into this game. Sang with the cross, blocked by Anderson.
Again, it's that with the ball in. It's just flicked on, and nobody seems to know where it's going. You can see the danger of Port Vale in midfield because it came out of Chislett and hit it superbly. Fortunately for Charlton, straight at Maynard Brewer.
Massey holds it up well. Back to Sam with the cross. Bieza with the header. And it's scrambled in. So the cross came in. It was Massey who held up the ball, poked it back. The way of Smith it was with the cross. Bieza won the header. Maynard Brewer got a touch to it, but couldn't keep it out. The Port Vale level.
Well, we needed to hang on. We needed to stay in front for a period of time. Nick Bieza hasn't scored since he's been out. Gets on the score sheet now.
He's certainly shown to be a handful that Charlton have struggled to deal with. His header was too strong.
Thought actually Maynard Brewer had done enough to stop it, but it went too much on it, I guess. You know, it went sort of above his hand. Got his arm there, but not his hand.
And suddenly we restart 2-2 the scoreline as Eden goes long towards Carnu, but headed away by Lowe. As Lowe goes forward. Header on by Massey. Going for Port Vale, and it's suddenly the host with the momentum. As Wilson across the Grant. Trouble lurking here for Charlton as Connor Grant will strike. Blocked by Tanae Watson. And these are the periods where Charlton really show their fragile mentality, has to be said.
Joyce Campbell just reacted very late to that ball across. Got there eventually. It was Watson with the block.
Grant with the throw inside to Chislett. Grant back to Iacovitti. Ball forward, cut out by Dobson, comes back to Devine with a powerful effort, blocked by Hector.
Tell you what, that was on target. Without that deflection, who knows what would have happened. Charlton have got to withstand some pressure from the home side now.
Sang to take the corner. Towards Iacovitti, Jones gets something on it, might come the way of Grant and does so, back in the penalty area, still not clear. Chislett forced out wide by Jones, finds Grant, and blocks that cross, but again it's Port Vale with the pressure as they have another corner.
We just look very vulnerable, don't we, when the balls are tossed in like that into the box. Almost looks like it instills so much panic into the Charlton side.
Corner taken. Tanae Watson, good header away. Comes to Devine again, who strikes. And Maynard Brewer diving to his right, but with his left hand manages to palm it over in the end. I think it was blindsided by players in front of him. It was a powerful strike from Devine, but it's in the centre of the goal. And Maynard Brewer gets enough on it to palm it over the bar.
Interesting to see if that deviated significantly or even took a deflection.
Corner in again towards the far post this time. Smith wins that header, and in the end I think the ball had already gone out before the corner came into the penalty area.
Charlton need to reassert themselves here, largely for the opening quarter of an hour to 18 minutes of this second half.
Maynard Brewer across to Hector, goes long looking for Carnu. Smith wins that header and inside to Lowe. Up towards Piazzu. Now Sang. Piazzu will have it again. Tries to shoot as he turns. Out to the left. He's Push into a couple of players, and it works out nicely to Grant on the left-hand side. Grant with the cross towards the far post. Hector heads it up in the air and away. Tanae Watson likewise. And again, the pressure is still coming from the hosts. Chislett on the outside of Hector. Just want to hold him up. Chislett forced wide. There's Chislett again. Inside to Devine. Out to the right is Sang. Sang with the shot. Took a deflection for 1 minute from our angle. It looked like it might be going in the net. In the end, it's harmlessly wide, but it will be another Port Vale corner.
Charlton really got to withstand this pressure. You get the feeling we've still got a goal in us, so we've got to withstand this pressure from the home side. And maybe we can then start imposing ourselves again, but at the moment, it's Port Vale in the ascendancy.
Terry Smith shortly as the corner comes in once more. Jones heads this away, but Port Vale will have the ball back with Lowe. Tempted with a diagonal ball appearance here and does so in towards Ikpeazu, who wins the ball. I've been fouling Hector, and the referee will play advantage. And with 68 minutes played, hand you over to Terry Smith to lead commentate for the rest of the second half.
Frantic here at Vale Park as the ball out from Anderson to Campbell, gives it back to Anderson, trying to send Kano on his way, but it's easily dealt with by Lowe. Port Vale have it back. Devine will bring it forward. Swinging out to the right-hand side, looking for the run of Massey. It's gone beyond Ed, and can he keep it in? It's a stretch, but he doesn't manage it. Ball back across was cut out by Maynard Brewer anyway. Charlton are going to make a change here, and Teo Eden is the player coming off. Coming on will be Terrell Thomas. To the height issue.
Yeah, stand height. So worried about Piazza that, you know, I think the change in Yakaviti coming on for Deborah has actually helped Port Vale in a way. It's given a bit more balance, having a left-footed centre-half at the back, plus an extra little bit of height as well. I think Charlton
feel a bit sorry for Teo because I don't think he's in a bad game.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And you are sacrificing a little bit of an attack down that side. Also, Massey is an attacking player. There's probably an argument to say you can just leave Blackett-Taylor up there.
That's a goal kick to Charlton, which Maynard Brewer prepares to take. Everybody pretty much lined up on the Charlton left-hand side from this goal kick. And it's gone in that direction towards Terrell Thomas. It's a header backwards to Dobson, who's trying to send Blackett-Taylor on his way. Onside one and offside, which he would have done if it had got there, but it didn't. And Anderson can steer it right to Watson. Inside to Dobson once more. Anderson will pick it up in the middle. Back out to Tanae Watson, who'd gone on the overlap. Watson tried to chip it back across, but instead puts it behind the goal and into the Charlton fans.
That delivery
on right-hand side.
That delivery has to be better from Tanae Watson. He's had a good game on that right back. But he's got space to take that forward if he wants to, but got to give something for Kanu to attack. You've got to put pressure on Port Vale. It's a good opportunity to get the cross in.
Goal kick to the home side with 70 minutes gone in this game against Port Vale. 2-2 here at Vale Park. There's once again the header flicked forward. Look at Wilson. This time Thomas back there patrolling. Guided back to Maynard Brewer, who sends it back out towards the left-hand side. Smith there before Blackett-Taylor's header forward is flicked on by Ikpeazu, but straight to Maynard Brewer once more. And rolls it to Michael Hector to his right. Further right, Watson. Looking down the middle, and James Campbell came short. Looked like he got fouled by Jakubiti. Nothing given. The ball aiming for Kanu went beyond him. And Port Vale have it back with Lowe. Ball forward to Chislett on halfway. Back inside to Jakubiti. Out to Grant. Ball inside. Looking for Piazzu. Dobson with a foot in. And the referee's given that as a free kick. Jakubiti with it, just on halfway.
We just don't know how to deal with strikers like him, do we? We try and match him for physicality, can't do that. We try and be a bit aggressive, concede the free kick. You know, it's just one of those guys. It reminds me of when Jaden Stockley played for Preston in the Championship, and he just, everything he did, we just couldn't deal with from a physical point of view.
Jakubiti has it on halfway for the home side, back inside to Lowe. Lowe thought about sending it long and forward. Instead looks across to Massey, who will come and get there first. Header forward, though. Jones slips, and it's allowed. Sang in, and Jones recovers really well, but has to concede the corner.
I mean, we're really far away where we're sitting, but my first reaction was that I think Jones clears his back off
a goal kick.
Sang. So he makes a bit, well, he's been unlucky with the slip, but then it
is
looks
a goal
like
kick, yeah.
Sang's asking almost out of hope rather than expectation towards the assistant referee, but Charlton a little bit unlucky with that decision.
And the assistant's over on that side, so it's even more disappointing as the corner is taken and comes in, swinging towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed up in the air by Smith and over. If anything had come from that, it would have been a very different Charlton reaction to what is now a goal kick. No Brewer. Port Vale trying to stop Charlton playing out, but it's gone out to Tene Watson. Sends it into the channel, asking Carnot to run. Oh, and he just slips. He got his head there, but he just slipped at the wrong moment. And across comes Smith to guide it back to his keeper. Smith gets it again. Left side of centre, inside the Port Vale half. Taking his time. Out to the left-hand side is Iacobiti. Over left, a little flick inside from Grant, looking for Chislett, who's gone down under pressure from Dobson, who's going to get booked here.
Yeah, there's no question marks over that. It's a definite yellow card from George Dobson. He gets the wrong side of Chislett, makes a lovely little run off the shoulder, and Dobson is not quick enough to react and has to concede the free kick, and subsequently gets booked for that. But since Charlton scored, to be honest, since we went ahead, it's been all Port Vale. They get the equaliser, and suddenly we've stopped playing.
Free kick out to the left, Grant back inside, but he's offside. That's a little bit criminal from the home side. As Grant's looking along the line. So, the Port Vale management team won't be overly impressed with that, but Charlton will have a free kick just right edge of the Charlton penalty area. Hector preparing to take it. A short one to Watson, and gets it back. Hector comes across, but Hector goes past him to the left, and Jones. Further left is Thomas. Under pressure goes back to Jones. Still got Hector away to the right, and so Watson and Tyreeq Campbell waiting on this right-hand side. It's Watson inside to Anderson. He's got two players for company, and he loses possession. Chislett then guides the ball forward, but beyond it, Pietsu, unfortunately for Charlton, straight to Maynard Brewer. Little touch to Jones. Jones cuts inside, he's got Dobson for company. Dobson spots the run of Tyreeq Campbell, ran through the back. Can he get there? Tyreeq Campbell now just runs through to Ripley. Now the system will put the flag up.
It's comfortably offside.
I'm not sure he saw it that easily, to be honest. I think the fan reaction told him what it was. So there's going to be a substitution for the home side coming on. It's going to be De Pepper. Coming off will be James Wilson.
A bit of fresh legs for Port Vale in behind.
Normally midfield player De Pepper, but I wonder if that will be the case, or he'll go up alongside Piazza. We'll see.
That's the problem. You look at Charlton's bench, it's only Scott Fraser from an attacking point of view of any sort of experience. It's harsh to be trying to ask Henry Ryler or Patrick Casey to go on and make a real difference. And then from a defensive point of view, you've got Lucas Ness and Nathan Asimwe, both fairly inexperienced as well.
Charlton deal with the ball forward, but Port Vale picked it back up again, and it's Smith on a rampage down the right-hand side. Ball into De Pepper, into the penalty area. De Pepper taking on Hector, who gets the block in, and it's away for a corner. Charlton players thought there was a handball in that move. Referee waving that away, in fact running away from Charlton players to avoid being spoken to.
Yeah, credit to Hector to being aware and just stopping that cross. He committed initially and did well to get back to his feet, just to further prevent it. But this is a troubling sign for Charlton at the moment. It's all Port Vale at the moment.
Corner comes in, Jones with something on it, and it's almost deflected into Chislett. Hector, the Charlton player first to it, gets it clear, but only as far as Lowe on halfway. Blackett Taylor trying to put him under pressure, and now Ripley, who's well forward in this, but he gets the ball out. So we're looking for Sang, gets it all wrong, goes out of play for a Charlton throw, and Sang's not impressed. Charlton will have the throw just beyond halfway inside the Alex half on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think Louis Watson might make way shortly. He's looking tired now. It's been a long time since, it's probably a month, isn't it, since Gillingham, a month ago.
Yeah.
When he last started a match for the Addicts, and he's starting to look tired.
Charlton have a Fraser you'd think would be the natural replacement as Watson goes down under pressure from Sang. The officials not giving anything, and Sang actually comes away with the ball. Watson for company, and that should be a Charlton throw. So Sang kicked it off Watson, who's livid with the assistant over there. Unfortunately for Charlton, the ball came back off of Sang, and it will be a Charlton throw.
Well, that passage of play won't make any highlights reels, will it? My word.
I expect not. Terrell Thomas has the ball. So 10 yards away from the Charlton corner flag on the left. He's taking his time. The home fans don't like that. Sends it forward. Blackett Taylor can't control it, but he might get back on the possession here. No, it's Port Vale's ball again. It's a turn from Louis Watson. Good footwork from Watson, and he's taken out. And the clearance from Thomas smacks into a Port Vale player, and they have it back on the right-hand side. Ipiazu being forced out by Jones. Still in possession. Now goes backwards to Massey, who sends it into the box. Chislett will jump, but beaten to it by Watson. And then Anderson gets something on a clearance, and that has to be offside. Still on recovery mode after the run he made earlier. And the ball forward from Iacovitti picked him out, and he was comfortably offside. Charlton have a free kick. We've had 78.5 minutes gone. Tour here at Vale Park.
Hands on knees, hands on hips from Charlton now. They know that if they're going to come away with a win, they need to improve in the last 12 minutes. They've been under a lot of pressure. It feels like if there is going to be a goal, will be Port Vale, but Charlton need to get their key players back in this game. Corey Blackett Taylor, Tyreeq Campbell, haven't seen the ball to feet for either of those since we took the lead.
There's a run from Carney here. He looked from Blackett Taylor rather. He looked offside. There's a lunge coming in from Massey there. That's left Watson in a heap. Charlton have a free kick, but I need to see that again to see how bad it was. But certainly it was a lunge coming in from Massey. No, his foot was on the floor, so I think it was slightly unfortunate, but I don't think it was anything more than just to come in together. But just before that, I think...
It didn't go in with studs up,
no.
so it did well in fact, Massey, but looking at that he managed to avoid that. I could be wrong, but that was my first view.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. There's a free kick taken quickly out to Tyreeq Campbell, and he lets it through his legs. Head in hands. Port Vale have a throw, and they've got a man down in the penalty area. I think, is that Smith down there? Let's see what happened. It's off the ball. Smith and Carney tussling. Oh, there's nothing there, and Smith's gone to ground. You should be ashamed of that, I think.
Yeah, it was Hector and Smith.
Is it Hector? Beg your pardon.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it on the screen. I've just seen it. It doesn't look like much, but you know, Smith's got back and he's fine. Like, he's an experienced player, Smith. I think it was last season. It was Jaden Stockley who got a retrospective ban for an elbow on Smith. I think he plays on the line of he knows how to try and wind up opposition players, and I mean, if the referee's seen it,
I didn't think they'll see any contact at all, if I'm honest. I was struggling to see what Charlton
Hector
player was close enough.
Hector definitely reacts to something. He definitely goes towards Smith. If he makes contact or not is what's hard to clearly see, but certainly there's words exchanged and then a movement, shall we say, from Hector towards Smith.
Bit of head tennis in the centre of the pitch. Results in Terrell Thomas picking it up for Charlton. Now to Blackett Taylor on the left-hand side, looking to take on Massey. Cuts inside, looking for support. Blackett Taylor, nothing immediately available. So Thomas behind. Further behind is Dobson. Inside to Jones. Got Hector to his right. Further right is Tyreeq Campbell, but too far for that crossfield ball, I think. Now Hector. It's got Tyreeq Campbell on halfway on the right-hand side. Ball inside to Anderson, gets there first, finds Tyreeq Campbell once more, looking to take on Lowe potentially. Ball inside to Watson, back to Anderson, inside to Louis Watson. Anderson once more. Port Vale trying to put pressure on Charlton. Charlton trying to avoid that pressure, get it across to Jones in the central position in the centre circle. To his left is Dobson, playing at left back at the minute. Further forward to Thomas. Thomas turns. Inside of him is Anderson. Anderson can turn away from De Pepper to Hector, out here to Tyreeq Campbell again. Looking for options and runners, nothing again immediately available in front. Inside is Anderson. Now picks out Louis Watson ahead. Watson asks Tyreeq Campbell to go on a run on the outside and does so. Tyreeq Campbell tries to cut inside Iacovitti, who just stayed strong and blocked him off. Finds Chislett in front of him on the edge of the area. Chislett taking a bit of a risk, but gets the ball out and upwards to Sane. That's a good interception by Thomas. It might have been fouled there, but Dobson will pick it up for Charlton. Under pressure from Massey, goes out to Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor now to take on Smith. Corner of the penalty area, does take him on. Can he get there to the byline? Gets it across. Oh, and it's headed clear before it can find Tyreeq Campbell. But Thomas will pick it up, edge of the area. Now Tyreeq Campbell, and it's in! Campbell finishes for Charlton. Ripley got the save, but he couldn't keep it out, and the Addicts have the lead back.
Well, suddenly Charlton started playing the way we were seeing in the early part of the second half, and they're maintaining possession. It's a ball out to the left-hand side. Blackett-Taylor with the cross, headed away, and the ball back in, finds Tyreeq Campbell. And it's Campbell who just diverts it towards goal. I think Ripley should save it, gets across, gets a hand to it, but can't keep it out. And Charlton are 3-2 up.
Well, it's the first time in a little while that Blackett-Taylor's gone at his player, got past Smith, ball across, couldn't quite pick out Tyreeq Campbell the first time, and then Thomas got to it, and his shot scuffed across the penalty area, straight to Tyreeq Campbell, who volleyed home via the hands of Ripley. And Charlton, with 6.5 minutes left of normal time, have taken the lead here at Vale Park.
Well, Terrell Thomas will claim he meant that. I think he was...
Yeah, not with a smile, not without a straight face.
But it's just the scuffed cross in the end, and Campbell does well just to see it all the way and just divert it towards goal. Ripley diving across, and it gets two hands to it, and be disappointed that he couldn't keep it out.
Well,
Port Vale now scratching their heads, wondering how they're 3-2 down.
Going to make a change. Sang went down earlier on, and he's gone down again. I think Port Vale are going to make a change. Sang coming off, and Rhys Walters coming on. And Charlton now hold out for these 3 points. Something that we haven't done for a while, and certainly you'd expect Charlton to be under pressure from this point forward.
Oh yeah, it's going to be...
And you do wonder whether or not Michael Appleton might think about bringing on Lucas Ness or even Nathan Asimwe.
Put 8 at the back.
Exactly that, yeah. Bring Sam Walker on as well.
Yeah, he can mark.
He's about 8 foot tall.
He can mark Piazza.
As Port Vale...
I mean, they're doing it now, Port Vale.
Yeah, and launch it forward. Jones can't get there. Piazza flicks it on straight to Terrell Thomas. Will launch it back forward, asking Carnot to chase it. Iacovitti gets there first, though, into the feet of Walters. Across to Grant. Back inside to Walters. Under pressure from Anderson. Has to go backwards. It's Iacovitti for the home side on the left. Looking to send Dipepe away on the left-hand side. Hector comes across, clears it out of play for a throw. Still lots of discussions on the Charlton bench, but no changes as yet. As Grant takes the throw down the line to Chislett. Chislett trying to take on Campbell. Back inside to Grant. Grant, ball inside to Dibias. A good tackle from Anderson, but it's gone out to Chislett, who gets the ball across. Thomas with a header away. It's going to drop to the pepper edge of the area, and as Hector gets something on it. And then shot coming in. I think that was Divine with the last shot. Squirm wide off a deflection, past the right-hand post. It's a corner.
Well, I say Port Vale got a bit lucky the way the ball fell to Chislett. The ball comes in. Gerald Thomas's position is good to win the header, but doesn't get enough on it. Goes back into the danger area.
Corner taken towards the penalty spot. Cleared away, but only as far as Walters. But that's a break coming in here from Thomas. Can he get there? No. It's an important challenge from Lowe. But now Charlton might break. And it's again Blackett-Taylor. This time taking on Divine. Blackett-Taylor towards the penalty area. Oh, just hit the back of his heels as he went to take him on, and it's allowed. Oh, DePepper's going to be... Oh, he was hacked down by Louis Watson. A yellow card coming in, quite obviously.
What's the cliche?
Watson just pushed over by Massey. That's blindsided from the ref. Otherwise, I think Massey would have been in the book as well.
That's a nasty challenge from Louis Watson.
It's
I saw someone get sent. Was it someone for Stevenage the other week got sent off for doing that?
Yeah, it was an odd one.
Referees are starting to try and be a bit more harsher with that, and maybe Louis Watson's lucky that.
I suspect there might be a change coming soon, as Port Vale launch it forward up towards Nick Piazza. Controls it. Back out to De Pepper. Now Walters, I beg his pardon. Now out right to Smith, who goes back to Lowe. He's going to send this towards the Charlton penalty area. Piazza and Hector battling. Hector gets his head down. Deflects out to Divino. That's good clearance away from Dobson. He picked up though by Smith. Out to the left. There's Iacoviti. Further left. Grant. Back inside to Iacoviti. Walters in front of him. Turns. Swings it across the left-hand side. It goes straight to Thomas. Oh, Thomas loses out to Massey. Gets it back across. Hector with the interception. And quite what Thomas was doing there, I'm not sure. I didn't know. I don't think the player was there. And Charlton concede the corner. It could have been much worse.
Well, he's trying to shield the ball, Tao. I'm baffled as to why Terrell Thomas has decided to do that. Hector shouting at him after that, trying to encourage him, because he just gets his body position across and he just loses sight of the ball.
There's a change incoming, but Charlton have to defend the corner first, and they do. It's a good header away from Tanae Watson this time. Divino will pick it up for Port Vale on their right-hand side. Will send the ball in towards the Charlton penalty area. This time Maynard Brewer comes and collects. And with 2 minutes left of normal time, Maynard Brewer has it in his arms.
I'm dreading to think of how many minutes are going to be added on here at the end of this.
You and me both.
I think we could be looking at 6 or 7 minimum, and now Blackett Taylor's gone down.
Maynard Brewer throws the ball out to allow Blackett Taylor to get attention. Be interesting to see what changes Charlton do make from this point.
5,993.
Attendance of just short of 6,000 with 400 Charlton fans in here. Charlton fans are the ones making the noise at the minute. So we wait to see the board go up. I don't know if that's the board for the added time or a board for a change. I think it's Nathan Asimwe, I think it's coming on. Probably on that left-hand side if it is Blackett Taylor coming off.
I'll tell you what, Tel, the massive credit. I'm not sure how much he's come across for those listening or watching at home, but the away support's been fantastic for Charlton.
Absolutely.
As it has been for a lot of the season, to be honest, especially in terms of numbers, but it's about 500 of them here, and they've been outstanding.
It is Blackett Taylor going off to score Charlton's opening goal. Making way for Nathan Asimwe. He's going to add some defensive.
Well, he adds quite a few things to
left
Charlton.
side.
He'll add a bit of, as you say, defensive protection. He'll add a bit of height, and he'll add energy. Three things Charlton will be.
Well, he's on the right-hand side at the minute, so I don't know. Yeah, because Terrell Thomas will be a natural left-sided defender. Tyreeq Campbell has gone across to the left-hand side at the minute, and I don't think the home side are going to give this ball back to Charlton. They're not. Charlton put the ball out, and Port Vale aren't prepared to give it back to Charlton. So Port Vale send it towards the Charlton penalty area, and the referee has given a rather soft and generous free kick to Charlton. It might be because they didn't give it back. 6 minutes of added time here.
How's your nerves, Tel?
I'll tell you in about 6 minutes. Blackett Taylor, Maynard Brewer rather, comes out of the penalty area to take it as the Charlton fans applaud. Blackett Taylor is making his way around in front of the Charlton fans to come back around to the dugouts. And Maynard Brewer prepares to take this free kick. Aiming down the Charlton right. Carner will jump with Iacoviti, who gets his head there. Iacoviti up to Chislett. Watson for company. Watson does well to come away with the ball as well. Back to Dobson, lifts it forward, looking at a run of Tyreeq Campbell, but it'll go all the way through to Ripley in the penalty area. Instantly rolls it out towards Smith. Ball forward to Massey. Thomas for company. Smith continues his run, the ball down the line. Jones should get there in front of Ikpeazu, but it will at the expense of a Port Vale throw. And backwards to Massey. Cuts inside Massey. He's got Walters inside of him. Chislett available. Ball into the edge of the box, and Massey with a shot. Oh, it's gone in. I have no idea how that managed to get into that bottom corner, but it has. And the home side are back level.
Yes, again, just one of the softest goals you'll see all season. Edge of the penalty area, no pressure. Finds the target, and then when you're away from home, you want to fight for everything for those 3 points. You can't allow shots to come in from the edge of your penalty so easily. Massey, the goal scorer, but everyone just stopped. The ball comes towards him. He's able to get out of his feet. And he just finds the back of the net. I've not got a clear replay from where my connection's gone weird, but the opportunity there for Charlton to come away with 3 points has just been thrown away by another late goal, and such a soft one at that as well.
Well, Charlton come forward. Anderson trying to pick out the Simway. Ball cannons off for Simway from Jakovic, and it's away for a goal kick. Taken across to the left hand, Jakovic, and bring it forward. Carney trying to close him down, but Jakovic is still with it, up to halfway. And sends the ball forward, looking for the run. DePepper into that channel. DePepper with Tony Watson for company, goes past him, ball across, cut out by Hector. DePepper back on it, lifts it over the bar. Trying to cross it, I think, towards Piazzu, but it's away for a Charlton goal kick. Another kick in the solar plexus for Charlton. Succumb to what looked a really soft shot. It didn't take a deflection past Maynard Brewer. It's difficult to tell.
I think Maynard Brewer's just blinded by it. Jones in front. Watson was trying to get back towards Massey, couldn't get there. The fact Massey's able to control, able to turn, able just to shoot. When you're trying to come away from home for 3 points, you've got to throw your body, you've got to close them down, you've got to commit. It just seems so easy. It was out of nothing. It's just, there you go, have a shot.
Ball out to the right-hand side, it's gone out of play. Port Vale have it back. Back to the goalkeeper, swings it forward. Jones with a header. Terrell Thomas has to deal with this and lifts it up in the air into the centre. Headed by Walters, backwards. And Tyreeq Campbell can get on the end of this. He's taken on Smith, who just drags him back. Has to be a yellow card for the Port Vale captain, and Charlton will have a free kick. Just on the touchline on the left-hand side, just beyond halfway inside the Port Vale half. Tyreeq Campbell had comfortably got past Smith then.
He's had a good game, Tyreeq Campbell. He's in the last couple of cameos in today's performance as well. He's starting to get a bit of his confidence back. Obviously got the third Charlton goal as well. It's a bit of a boost for Charlton.
Hector has stayed back. Piazzu's coming back, but he looks a bit of a passenger, the Port Vale striker, as he limps back.
Charlton have to go for this now. Hector's in the centre circle, and I don't know if that's out of tiredness or what, but
Dobson with a free kick from the Charlton left, swings it in. Taking a deflection into Jones. Jones trying to turn left edge of the penalty area. Behind him is Dobson. Dobson inside to Louis Watson. Louis Watson, little touch right to Anderson. Further right is Nathan Asimwe. Asimwe on the right-hand side, goes past Jakovic. Ball into the box, headed clear. Picked up, though, by Anderson. Now Asimwe on this right-hand side. Good footwork from Asimwe. Brings it forward, lifts it into the box. Dobson's there! Back flick! Oh, and there's a handball shout from Charlton, but referee... Well, he stopped play to give Terrell Thomas a booking. And the Port Vale players are incensed because they were breaking on the right-hand side. That's mental refereeing, I've got to say, because Port Vale were breaking on the right-hand side. I think it was Chislett, the furthest forward, was going for the ball. Charlton were claiming for a handball. Terrell Thomas clearly said something. The referee stopped play to book him.
What's the offence by Charlton as well? Is it because he
said something? He must have done.
So it's just a free kick for dissent?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just bizarre.
It's crazy.
We've had a really weird second half here, haven't we, Tell?
Well, I think the Port Vale manager might be in trouble there.
There's a glorious opportunity for Charlton.
Yeah.
Wonderful play from Nathan Asimwe. The cross comes in, and Dobson tries to flick it. I haven't seen any sort of replay yet, whether it might have hit a hand or not. First viewing, I wasn't sure. But that's a chance. Dobson's completely unmarked. I don't think he's aware of how unmarked he is.
Well, the referee's just come across and booked the Port Vale manager as well. I mean, you can understand the frustration now. I mean, I'm not unhappy, don't get me wrong, because Chislett was away down that right-hand side. Whether he would have done anything with it is a debatable one, of course, but two contentious decisions in a row as goalkeeper sends the ball forward. Hector with the header away. Anderson gets something on it, but straight into Grant. It's Piazzu left. It's got to Massey, left side of the penalty area. Cross blocked by Thomas. It's away for a throw-in near the corner flag on the right-hand side. And we played the 6 minutes. Throw into Smith. Back to Massey. Back into the right-hand side. And Devine comes across. Got Grant in the centre. Lifts it towards the Charlton penalty area. Jones with the header away. Only as far as Devine. His header goes out to Massey. Tyreeq Campbell for company. Massey cuts inside. Still Massey. Inside to Walters. Across. Chislett now for Port Vale. Slides the ball forward. Hector gets there first. Good work from Hector, but he's lost possession momentarily. And then Louis Watson with a clearance forward, and that's the final whistle. And it's ended all square here at Vale Park. That doesn't even tell half the story. Charlton taking the lead after 27 minutes when Corey Blackett-Taylor pounced on the flick on from Louis Watson to open the scoring. Port Vale got themselves back level on the penalty after a handball from Anderson, and Chislett levelled things up. In the second half, when it got underway, Daniel Kanu gave Charlton the lead on 58 minutes, only for Ikpeazu to head up the home side back level. And then Tyreeq Campbell managed to volley it home after a scuff shot from substitute Terrell Thomas. Looked like it might be sending Charlton home with 3 points, but once again the Addicts fall foul to a last-minuter. Massey, unmarked on the edge of the box, slotted home past Maynard Brewer. An entertaining second half, I guess. Not necessarily the result, obviously, what Charlton wanted and thought they were going to get with 8 minutes to go, as it ends all square here at Vale Park. And to go through all that action, if they can, and if they've got the time to, we hand you back to the studio with James, Brown and Curbs.
So another point on the board there for a game that perhaps a neutral might look at as somewhat entertaining. Unfortunately, there's no neutrals in this studio, though,
Let me tell you, that's why managers go grey.
Yeah.
How did you work that game out? That was crazy.
It really was.
It was crazy.
Looking at the positives from a Charlton perspective, we took the lead 3 times, Brownie.
Brilliant. Yeah, we did, yeah. Yeah, we have, but we've come out with a point. But look, they've had some strange results at home. I think they've beaten Blackpool 3-0, they beat Wigan 3-2, I think they lost to Barnsley 3-2. So at home, their fans are probably used to what they've just seen. It's very entertaining. They come from a level of less expectation than us, I think, right? So the way that they get on top of oppositions is to go gung-ho, all-out attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... if you're an analyst of defending... I mean, that's going to take you 3 or 4 nights of sleepless nights to get to the bottom of.
Where'd you start?
Yeah, it's perplexing. It's
if you're going if you're the manager now going in that dressing room, where'd you start?
If we look at
you'll go. Blimey, we've scored 3 goals away from home, and even the Port Vale guy.
Yeah,
we've scored 3 goals and we ain't won, and we ain't won. But no, there's a lot going on there, too much. Yeah. We've only got about 20 minutes.
looking from
if we had an hour, it wouldn't be enough.
Looking from a Charlton perspective, gentlemen, we dissected the first half where for 40 minutes we'd been pretty solid, but then there was a lot of pressure towards the end of the half. But clearly the manager's message must have been a positive one, because we started the second half quite well, and we can take a look at some of the chances we had now with Corey Blackett-Taylor.
It's the last 10 minutes we can't end.
Yeah.
It's the last 10 minutes, like backing off and conceding space.
No, I have to agree with that. I've got on my notes here Blackett-Taylor shot, which we're just seeing there, and we had an Anderson reverse pass to Kanu, and his first touch took him away. And this came just after that, which was Tyreeq Campbell, drifted across from right to left, got a lovely little ball inside. Great run, actually.
Positive start to the second half, though, from a character perspective is important.
Yeah, and we were critical last week when he drove one wide, wrong side of the post. At least that shot's across the keeper. It's at the right corner. A little bit more accuracy, and you might get the keeper saving back into a dangerous area. But that's a good move. We were on the front foot at that point.
And then we did get our noses in front for 2-1. And real accolades for Daniel Kanu here for being on his toes, ready to capitalise.
Well, what are you doing, number 11? Divine? Is it Divine? I mean, why he doesn't clear that? This is what we're talking about, possession-based football. But if we go through it again, he comes across the box, and instead of just knocking it away, clearing it, tries to play his way out, hits a couple of players in the end, and it goes to Daniel, and it's a really strong finish.
That first touch, that left foot touch onto his right side,
and at the right end as well. At the right end, our fans are down there, and
And we said before the game, what would you like out of this? I'd like Kanu to score a goal. I'd like Tyreeq to put in a performance. And Kanu's goal there, it is fortuitous how it's come to him, and they're going to be kicking themselves how they've given that opportunity away. But that left foot touch onto his right foot to open up the shot was very, very good.
And also, we've seen him work really hard, being ready for the mistake as well, not being on his heels, Curbs.
No, because he's been out. The 2 games he's played, he's been out of it a little bit. So when you like that, you're not getting a lot of the ball, and you're not getting too many touches.
Yeah.
Suddenly, a chance arrives, and he smashes it, doesn't he? Oh, it's a really good finish at the right end. I thought he was going to get booked, actually. I think, don't get booked, whatever. Because he's run to the fans, everybody's jumped on him. And you think, right, here we go.
Yeah, but Port Vale, of course, did turn the screw, and we struggled to deal with the pressure, didn't we?
We've done that so often now, haven't we? Sort of getting our noses in front, can't keep the lead. But can Maynard Brewer do better? Can he do better? I think
we've got a second angle on it here, haven't we?
But I'm going to step in here because... Yes, he can do better, is the answer to that question, Curbs. When you see that angle, he has to do better. But the kid's had a 8 out of 10. He's made 9 saves or something in the game, and some of them were really, really important. He needs to do better on that, but he's kept us in it at times. I mean, the stats on paper are heavily in favour of Port Vale, and one of them is shot saved, and he's made some really good saves today. But he is going to get a little bit of criticism for that. Because when you see that angle, it goes above his arm. Yeah,
and it's not in the corner of the goal.
And it's not
in
the corner. Yeah. But let's not forget the amount of saves he did make in that game today. There were some tremendous ones.
And Port Vale continued to apply pressure. We can take a look at a couple more of the chances that they had as well. You were maybe saying at the time, Brownie, how we could have alleviated some of this pressure at certain points, though.
Yeah, there was a couple of moments, and I don't think we're going to show them, but there was a point where we defended, and there was a shot. This is it, isn't it? No, that is a great save, because that's taking the deflection. His body weight's going one way, and actually to make that save is a big thing. But and again, there were some honest blocks today. But he makes a claim, Ashley Maynard Brewer, and he bowls it out to Croy Anderson quickly. And we've conceded, and we're under pressure at this point. The team is split across the box. This is it. And there is no, and I'm saying at this point, recognise the game. We're not in a position to build up play. We're not ready to receive. Yeah. We're all over the gap, and we turn it straight back over to Port Vale, right? And at that point, we were 2-2 and massively on the back foot. They were creating multiple opportunities, and we weren't getting out. And it's just recognising the game, settling us down a little bit. And I know it sounds really basic, but you at that point, you've got to drop to the ground. Get your back line as high as you can and just relieve pressure for 5 minutes, even if it's as basic as going up to your biggest player aerially, putting him on their smallest player and getting a knockdown and just playing in their half for a little bit.
I think that's what we've been lacking, game management.
Yeah.
Especially in the last 10 minutes of games. Realise where you are. You can't throw that out quickly. We're going nowhere. We've just been under pressure. Fall to the floor. Let the back 4 get up to the halfway line, and we'll kick it long and play in their half, and perhaps get a breather.
Or if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to go long, right, at least get your team set to split, midfielders in a position to receive when we do start to play out. There was nowhere for Karoy to go there other than to Campbell, who was facing his own goal with 2 men around him.
I'd have thought if he was playing, when he threw it out, you'd have gone, oh no.
I'd have turned me back on him.
No, you'd have given it to him.
Is it kind of like the players perhaps will be thinking, do us a favour, Ash, give us a bit of a moment to find our shape?
This goes back to what Curbs has been saying over multiple games. There is a naivety because of the age of some of the players. We're not young across the whole pitch here, but Karoy is young, Tyreeq is young, so they're going to do things that are honest to them, but because they've not had the experiences yet of being just putting your hand up and going, don't throw me that.
Yeah.
Leave it. Let's just hold on. And at least get yourself set if you want to play out from the back, so that if you are going to receive, there are options for you, forward, inside, behind. But when Tyreeq receives it, he's back to Karoy because there's nowhere else for him to go, and Kroy's forced to go long. We've turned it over within, 5 seconds of a claim?
They got the ball again.
And we haven't got up. Our line doesn't get up.
And even though Port Vale were applying all this pressure, we managed to get our nose in front for a third time in the game, courtesy of Tyreeq Campbell.
Yeah. Corey Blackett, he had a quiet second half, but he's done again what he does best. He's took the full back on, got the cross in. He smashed across the face. And once again, I think we've got to look at the keeper. But who cares? You know, we've got our noses in front again.
Yeah, but I did see, I mean, I noticed in the celebrations here, as you would as a player, they're celebrating, but then afterwards, Dobbo, almost straight-faced, was trying to tell them all, listen, get your head in the game, and perhaps that's where we fall down slightly.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that goal came against the run of play.
Yeah.
So you've got your noses in front when actually we were on the back foot and defending for the majority of it. And I think the point that Dobbo was probably trying to get through as what is essentially a bit of leading is we're entering a period where we've been pretty bad in terms of conceding goals, and we've got our noses in front. This is the third time we've taken the lead. Please, let's just concentrate and see this out. And we couldn't find a way to do it.
Most Charlton fans watching would have been feeling as anxious as the players perhaps on the pitch, and there was an inevitability of what we're going to see next.
Because it's happened so many times before, you know, and the way it was going, the game, you're just waiting for it, you know.
Let's take a look at the final equaliser then for Port Vale. And they'll be disappointed, won't they, that one of the midfielders there was in open space with a couple of players around him and still managed to get the shot off, Brownie.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
that's good pressure, that first initial pressure. Even you oversold yourself, but look at where he receives. I mean, that is not a big gap to receiving, so there's not a lot of ground you have to make up to get tight. It's not like he's received with 10 yards of space and you're a bit reluctant because you might leave a hole behind you. He's received in an area that's got maybe, 3 yards to Jones, 2 yards to Watson. Good first touch, but you've got to get out to that.
Yeah.
You have got to get out to that.
And I think
that is dangerous.
I think Ashley's unsighted, he can't see anything. I think it's Jones who's in front of him.
Yeah.
And when you see it again, it's bent round Jones and it's just skimmed the post.
Yeah.
So he obviously can't see it because he's made no attempt to try and save it.
Also, this idea of the new age of football, Jones arms down, doesn't really move because you're so worried about making yourself too big and conceding a penalty.
But when you see it again, our players' reactions is, oh no, we've done it again. You know, they've all got their hands in their heads, bent down, we've done it again.
See, my brain sitting here says when he receives and turns and he's got a shot on, I'd rather just throw my whole body in front and lay flat in front of him. And if it hits me in the face, the chest, wherever, it doesn't matter.
So late in the game, it doesn't matter if you end up sent off.
My job is to stop people scoring.
Yeah.
That to me is alien. Getting out close and throwing myself in front of it and taking one wherever is my job. I'm the last line of defence. I haven't really got to worry about runners off my shoulder here. This guy's in a shooting position, maximum danger. So if I'm weighing it up in my brain as a defender, OK, there is nothing to lose here by throwing myself at this. Because I know I've got a centre-half partner alongside me. Hopefully he's in a covering position if there was a run. But that's 19 yards out. It's not 30, it's 19. I mean, so I'm going to make a block as quickly as I can.
It's once again, shoot. Bit like the wonder goal here the other night. Shoot, go on, shoot. Instead of getting out there and stopping the shot. But Ashley is obviously unsighted. He ain't made no attempt to try and save that. And
we could have still nicked it 4-3. This last opportunity for Dobbo now we're going to take a look at.
Yeah, I think. Look, the game. I mean, can you just adjust your body and get your right foot so the plate of the foot is curling that toward, just a little flick towards goal rather than the back heel?
Have we got a penalty shout after the bounce as well?
Possibly, but let's not forget the referee's done us.
I'll tell you what we have got: the ball going through to be finished.
Right. Yeah. So what I would say about that one is, can you see where his hand? We had this discussion off air, James, myself, you, and Curbs, and with Hector's one, his hands here, right? So that is not natural. That one there, it's hit him on the arm next to his hip and his... What else can he do? What can he do? So the argument there would be, if you was asking me as a rule, the laws of the game, he can't do any more with his arm than have it alongside his body, right? But where we've got away with one is this geezer, the keeper, it's a great kick.
Yeah.
Referee does us a massive favour. Now, I don't know what's happened. Does Terrell... pulled the referee.
Kirk says he thinks he saw him actually.
Right, his man handled him
a little bit.
His man handled him.
Right,
if you see it.
Which we mentioned, you've got to be careful with now, particularly after what happened in Turkey.
I understand that, but then hats off, because it's just saved potentially a goal-scoring opportunity for them, because this is a great kick, and they are out down that right-hand side.
Let's have a look, but if it goes straight through, look, I think Jones at the back.
I think they're going to run it through this time.
It's cool.
Okay,
It's not a kick, it's a throw.
But also, Terrell Thomas hasn't manhandled. He's almost just touched his shoulder.
And he's still got an awful amount of work to do, Chislett. You know, he might get there first, but we've got plenty there. So that's let's not overdo that play. But I think that is a great opportunity. Could George have maybe adjusted his body slightly so he was having a shot rather than that flick?
Yeah.
But there's no penalty there for me against them.
Curbs, if you're Michael Appleton, what do you say to those group of players in the change room now?
Where'd you start? That's the point. Where'd you start? You've scored 3 goals away from home. I think we've been saying for some time, we're in a position at the moment that we've got to score 2 or 3 to get anything from a game. There's not many 1-0s or 2-1s about.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to score 2 or 3 goals to get anything, and that will sum up today. I don't know where you start if I was Michael. He's probably sat in the corner with his head in his hands, thinking about it, thinking like, blimey, we've gone in the lead 3 times, but we can't hold out. We can't hold out. So is it now a mental thing? You know, like 90 odd minutes again? You know, is it a mental thing? Until we get over that. But I thought today was a game that we had to get 3 points to stop us looking over our shoulder. I don't know what else has happened today, but if we hadn't got anything from today's game, I think we would have been looking over our shoulder a little bit.
And Charlton fans that are tuning in, don't forget, you can also give us your thoughts on today's performance on WhatsApp, and we'll read them out to Curbs and Brownie here in the studio. Brownie, I guess the problem is as well is that with regards to recent results, we played some of the poorer teams in League One. Next up, we've got Peterborough United.
Yeah, and sometimes, James, it works that you don't expect anything and actually the team raises its game for a better opposition. You never know. We'll have to wait till we get there. But the concerning thing is, I guess, I think that's 7 without a win in the league. And the problem you have is the nervousness and the pressure from that will be felt across the squad. You know exactly where you are. You know, I don't know how that's affected us in the league position. I think we're, because there was teams not playing today, so it's going to look a bit skewish for a while, isn't it, in terms of games played and points on the board. So we'll have to let everyone catch up and see where we are. But yeah, when we went 3-2 up, I know we said in here about, and it was a valid point, it doesn't matter about the performance. It was about, can we see this 3 times? Because it would be a massive win. It would be a massive win, 3 points on the board. You don't have to then listen to me going, it's no wins in 7, etc., etc. It's a win, 3 points, brilliant. And again, you know, we just
I just quickly thought there we've conceded, we've lost at least 4 to 6 points in the last 4 or 5 games.
Possibly even more.
In the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In the last 5 minutes. You know, I think Burton at home was a 90-odd minute. Obviously last week, whatever he's talking about Cambridge, and today, you know, there's 4 or 5 points which could make a massive difference. So, yeah, it is disappointing. I think, as you said, I don't know what Michael's going to say after this.
Yeah,
is there enough time?
I've just been told in my ear that we currently sit in 13th place in League One, 13 points off of the playoffs, and we had a quick look, didn't we, Brownie? We're 7 points off the relegation zone, which we're also looking at now.
Yeah, but it was all. I don't know if it included results of today or not. It was weird, so I just ignored it. But we were 7 off. But I don't know if that had bounced everyone's points tallies up. But there's obviously teams with games in hand now. But more importantly, I think Cheltenham and Exeter won today. Now you're talking about 13 points from that way, and I'm thinking about Exeter and Cheltenham winning. You know, and we shouldn't be thinking that way, but that's where we're at. You know, but I'm you know, let's go on to about we're positive there's going to be more additions in this January transfer window. And I think, did Andy Scott say we were concentrating more about getting a team in place now for next season? I missed it because we obviously talk a lot. Well, Curbs does. Curbs talks a lot.
I told you that's what he said, because you two were talking.
No, but I
was actually listening.
There's a good rhythm in here. Me and Brownie are talking about production, and Curbs just has to watch the video.
But I did say last week that, you know, perhaps it does need the ball to come out and go, listen, there's no quick fix here. We're here for the long term, and, you know, we've inherited a situation. We're losing money. We've got this. We've got that. We've got to start building. And it's going to take some time. It's not, we're going to be in the Premier League in 5 years and all that. So it's a long-term project. And Andy Scott said in the interview before the game that we've got to make sure that we're building towards the next season. We're going to add, we know what we need to do, and we're slowly but surely going to add to it so we can start off next season in better shape.
Yeah. Just a shout out for international fans that have watched today and have given us a shout via the WhatsApp. Ben says, well done to Kanu on his goal, and we've discussed that he worked hard for that. Walshy asks if we should kick it long more.
Well, which Walshy is it? If it's Colin Walsh, he'll know the answer. If it's Frankie... Yeah.
I think the Port Vale manager might be saying that to Divine on the edge of his box.
Yeah, look,
to Carlu's goal.
I don't think that's Michael's style of play. So,
but sometimes could a player take responsibility in game?
Absolutely, on the edge of your box.
Of course they can.
Yeah.
Listen, one of the things is when you put things into a player's head, he has to make the final decision. So whatever training sessions you're doing, James, and whatever the manager has said to you, the final decision lays with you. Out there on the pitch, which is essentially why good players are good and poorer players are poor, is because the good ones make better decisions more often. Yeah. And you have to make a split decision in less than quarter of a second most of the time, under pressure. And it's those, if you look at Divine, that is a really poor decision in the moment. I can't believe their manager in a training session that's working in one half, doing a phaser play, who says, yeah, if that comes to you there, just slide it sideways and play out from the... No, you're 2-2. In the deepest part of the game, maybe 10 to go, my brain says clear it and I'll deal with it. If he has a go at me afterwards, I'll deal with it. Hold on a minute. I wasn't sure of my surroundings. I didn't know where anybody was. Clearing it's got to be the best option.
A couple more WhatsApp interactions. Derek commenting, we gave away too much space around the box. Adam says, when we score, we actually look less confident. Ray, no one likes a tackle except for Dobbo, and just lightening it ever so slightly, Nick says, it's a good job we're not dog walkers because we can't hold on to leads.
Well, yeah, see, some of the stuff you read and see is funny. Very funny.
I'm assuming I've had this through official channels, so we're allowed to say these ones out on air. Curbs, one of the concerning things must have been that Blackett Taylor pulled up, with what looked like a bit of a hammy. Yeah. If he's out, we've already got Alfie May out. What does that mean for our forward prowess?
Absolutely. Two of our major players could be out. He did look as if he had a hamstring. Now, he's out of contract. You do wonder when players are going to leave it for 6 months, what's their attitude going to be like? Was someone going to come in and take him now? Because there's talking about bids, or people have been looking at it seriously. So, if he has done his hamstring, that's a big disappointment for everybody, because if he's made up his mind he's going to go, or he's made up his mind that he's going to leave it till the end of the season, the club then won't be able to get, do anything with it. So let's hope he ain't injured, because I think he's a major player for us.
Brownie's still looking at the performance today, though. Perhaps some work on the training pitch with regard to defensive unit?
Well, listen, you can never do enough work on the training field, regardless whether it's defensive. That is your bread and butter every day, concentrating, listening, learning. That is what you want a footballer for. Ultimately, you want to win as many games as you can, because the more successful you are, the better your contract is, the more chance you've got of playing at a higher level. And if you don't go into the training ground every day with the right attitude, then you're not making the most of your career, to be quite honest. But yeah, I mean, the man to my left, still the last manager to win at Port Vale, 1998.
Sorry?
You.
That is
what was
stat.
that again? I won't concentrate.
You're the last manager still to win at Port Vale in 1998.
Bloody
you don't even remember it, do you?
No.
I was sub again.
That is a long, long time. a long, long time, and also perhaps even just within that statistic, though, Brownie, having to kind of remember and acknowledge where we're currently at as a football club, perhaps?
Yeah, but I mean...
That would have been part of the run going to Wembley, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, can you say that again?
I'm just saying that it just shows you where we're at as a football club, because you think 98 possibly we wouldn't have then played Port Vale for quite a long time across the Premier League era, and then we've been playing them and still not been able to get it over the line.
Yeah, but it's you have periods against teams. I mean, there's one not far from here that we have a disgusting record against, and I can't fathom that one out, to be honest with you. So you just have to roll with the punches when there's a long gap between your last win and, it looks like we're going to have another 2 opportunities to beat Port Vale next season. Hopefully that one's away that gives a new manager that record. But it's a tough little run, and you come to us in the studio and it's we've tried to make it a bit more light-hearted than normal because it's, you know, everyone's suffering at the moment in terms of where we're at and the results, etc., etc.
Yeah. Looking at today's squad and the bench and how much that could actually impact the game as well.
We've got 2 new players as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say next. It's just with Fiorini and Bakinson, perhaps if they were on the bench today, or to impact that starting 11, what kind of difference do you think those 2 players could make ASAP?
Well, the one thing is they're unaffected by what's been going on. You know, so there won't be no lack of confidence, you'd have thought. You know, that is the other plus point, that they've not been involved in this run. So if they are put in, they should be full of confidence if they get put in for the next game. And that's one of the reasons why Michael's brought them in.
Brownie and Michael Appleton, we quoted him earlier, talking about both of them, more about their physical elements as much about their ability to play. Did you see that as something that was lacking in today's performance in the middle of the park?
All I can say on the performance today is that we've conceded 3 again. And we spoke about earlier that everyone tends to look at the back 4, etc., etc. I think Michael's looking at our midfield to be a little bit more physical and a little bit stronger, to be harder to play through. The result gives him the opportunity, I guess, to put these guys in quicker than if we'd have won today. That might have been a slightly different scenario in terms of changing the team round. So, yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're in a position where the results are not good enough, and Michael has to do what, you know, he sees fit to get us back on that front foot of winning games.
Well, gentlemen, now we can hear from the gaffer, Michael Appleton, at Vale Park after the 3-3 draw today.
Michael, 3-3 here at Vale Park. Your assessment on what turned out to be a fairly crazy game?
Yeah, there was a lot happened in the game. Clearly, obviously, a lot of excitement either end. I stand here a little bit frustrated, obviously, that again that we've not been able to sort of see it out. But at the same time, a lot of pride and a lot of pride in the fact that we've had sort of so many young players on the pitch, and obviously 2 of them have scored today, and they'll remember it for a while.
One of the key elements we said beforehand was to try and win that midfield battle, and for a decent amount of time we did that, and got our noses in front 3 times, only to lose on every occasion the lead. Curb said in the studio that's why manager's got grey hair, so I think he sympathises with your position there.
Yeah, no, I thought we dominated the ball in the first half, and I think the stats shown that, and in the last moments, it was a couple of times where I still don't think we've made the keeper do enough work in terms of the dominance we had with the ball, the amount of opportunities we had, or certainly the amount of touches we had in the opposition's box. He didn't work enough as much as what I think he should be. So that's something that we can be better. How do we get better than that? One, obviously a lot of practice, but secondly, obviously, maybe 1 or 2 new faces, which will help us. What I would say, look, it's been a tough period for the players, and I've got to say, from a resilience point of view, they just keep coming back. For them to sort of, the last bit just sums them up in an absolute nutshell. We've conceded to a 3rd goal to obviously go 3-3, and then literally, it's almost like a never say die. They don't want to give up on things, and we should have an absolute blatant penalty, and clearly the referee is stopped the play because he knows he's made a hick, and I'm not sure why they've not give it, because obviously we've conceded 1 in the first half, which was, although it was slightly different because obviously Croy's sliding in, the reality is it's prevented a goal-scoring opportunity or a tap into the far post.
Yeah, unique position, the referee, at the end, because he managed to upset pretty much everybody in the stadium in the last passage of play. But you can't fault the commitment of the side out there. Yes, we took the lead 3 times, and it's disappointing that we conceded on every occasion. But certainly, as you say, with the young side we had out there, you must be proud of the effort they put in.
Yeah, no, obviously very, very proud of them today. And that was a message to them in the dressing room afterwards. Like I say, after obviously 3 defeats and sort of the way that we've sort of lost those games as well, as late on as we have, and sort of taking that disappointment, for us to put a spirited performance on like we did today again, I've got to be pleased with that. They're a group that never know when they're dead. You know what I mean? They keep getting up, and there was a few times where they had us under pressure in that second half. In the early parts, they had a spell of about 5 minutes where there was a lot of corners, free kicks coming into our box, and they defended really manfully. And that's the frustration with, you know, the group at the minute. They're sort of defending at times where you think that's outstanding defending, well done, great, and then we're sort of killing ourselves and letting ourselves down a little bit with maybe a couple of the goals that we conceded today.
A word on two players. Firstly, Daniel Kanu, thankless task, got up there on his own for a fair amount of the game, but he kept at it and got rewarded with the striker's goal. I think you'll find, I think you'll agree. And then Ashley Maynard-Brewer might have gone off a little bit disappointed with himself on a couple of the goals, but he was outstanding today. Some of the saves he pulled off were unbelievable. Yeah,
and exactly, and that's where we're at the minute, aren't we? You know, we're like highs and lows, massive highs, massive sort of lows in our performances individually, and you know, we just need to sort of look after that a little bit, be a little bit more consistent. Like I say, DK, I'm glad he's got his goal because you know, in that first half it was tough for him. There was a lot of balls going into him that was coming back, and it was difficult for him, and he was suffering a little bit at half time, so we got round him a little bit, tried to get him going again, and he got his goal. And yeah, I mean, obviously from Ash's point of view, the one thing Ash is very, very good at is shot stopping. You know, there's parts of his game that we're still trying to work on and getting better and getting up to speed, but certainly from a shot stopping point of view, he's up there.
We talked about rumours and lots of players linked, one in particular up front. I'm not going to bother naming the name, but does what the performance today show the areas where we need to strengthen?
Of course it does, yeah. I mean, it was plain to see today, you know, to be fair to DK, like I say, he gave everything he could, but, you know, it was clear, obviously, in that first half where, you know, you look at the opposition, you know, and they've got an experienced big striker up there, and he was an outlet for him and played with his back to the goal at times, and what he does, he gives them a different sort of dimension, and that's what we've been missing. You know, we don't have to hide about it. It is what it is. We're all aware of it. So if we can get one in, fantastic. It'll help us. It'll make us better. It'll give us a focal point. And I know, look, we're working really, really hard behind the scenes to try and make that happen at the minute.
Thanks for joining us, Michael. Cheers.
So, gentlemen, that's the gaffer talking after today's 3-3 draw at Vale Park. Brownie, what did you make of it? He talked a lot about pride and spirit.
Yeah, I think when you come out after a draw away from home 3-3, you tend to dwell on all the positives you can because of the difficult situation we find ourselves in. That's his job. His job is to protect what he has underneath his umbrella, and he's got to do that. And if you don't understand that, then you've never really been in a technical area, running a football team in a pressurised situation. It's very, very difficult to do, particularly when you're on a tough run. It's horrible and it's hard to deal with. But he fronts out every week. I think it's no secret that if you let Tedic go and you've got a youngster up front and we've got two very good centre forwards out injured and are going to remain out injured, we're going to bring another one in.
Three very good centre forwards.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Forgetting Alfie, but he'll return. Sorry, Al.
I understand for Charlton fans that were watching there that there's a bit of an issue with the live feed, but if you tune into the socials later on, that will have been cleaned up. So apologies about that for any of the viewers out there. Curbs, a manager who was clearly disappointed, because we have taken the lead 3 times. He was disappointed when I spoke to him here last Monday as well. How does he build them back up?
Well, he was talking about half-time, building up Kanu because he hardly had a touch and he was getting bullied a little bit and we weren't getting decent balls into him. And if we did, it was coming back. And the kid responded second half. But I think that, obviously, we brought 2 players in already, actively trying to bring others in, and he obviously said it in the interview that they're looking to bring someone in up top. Yeah. So that for me is a priority because, Alfie may be out. We know that Chucks and Miles are going to be out for some time. So with Alfie out as well, it's a bit much just having a youngster up there. Yeah. Tedic has gone back to his club. So yeah, that's got to be a priority. I think is going to be a centre forward, and there's talk about a centre back as well. That was the talk before today's game. So they're the 2 positions I think they're actively looking at.
Yeah, a leader perhaps. It's been mentioned many times in this studio, leadership, and perhaps we need that, Brownie, as we move forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I think they were trying to sign a centre back, weren't they? That was probably of that ilk, but I think that one's or proving a bit more difficult to get over the line than they anticipated. So we're not sure on that one anymore. But yeah, obviously leadership's part of it, character. You know, maybe another thing that's, you know, they look into a bit more than that has been looked into over the previous 3 years. But yeah, I mean, whatever direction they move, you know, you just want to see the squad strengthened, and that's no disrespect to anybody here. That is every squad up and down the country. Whenever the window's open, all you're looking for, if you're sat here or you're in the stands or even if you're in the squad, because it benefits you if you're in a team and it gets strengthened, is you just want to see people come in that offer you a bit more strength in depth across the board.
Yeah, I just think that when you're strengthening with loans, it means that you're going to look to the summer to do the real business, and that's where we're at the moment. Andy Scott said in his interview, we're trying to build something towards the summer to give us a better squad and a better start to next season, because obviously this season now, in terms of promotion, you know, looks as if they're gone. So we've just got to make sure that we're comfortable in the table and we retain the players we want to retain, and we're looking actively at the ones we want to bring in.
Yeah, it really does look like a building job now for next season. Well, coming up on Charlton TV later tonight, we'll have extended highlights of the game today against Port Vale. From early next week, Charlton TV subscribers will be able to watch today's production as well back in full. And we're here back on Saturday for our home league game against Peterborough United, and you can purchase your match pass now for just £10. Charlotte will be back in the hot seat alongside these two legends that are Steve Brown and Alan Curbishley. But apart from that, guys, it's all from us here at the Valley. So thank you so much for joining us here this evening, and we hope to see you again soon. Wherever you are in the world, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Right.